What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Hard Count, the best part of your Tuesday nights. What's going on there, my brother CJ? How we doing on this fine Tuesday night?
All is well, bro. Just want to give a shout out to Matt, Jimmy, holding it down last week for us, doing the week 9 recap. They did a great job, man. Appreciate you guys holding it down for us, man. Last week.
Yes, sir. Shout out the boys. Always part of the fam. We always got backup out here. Stay strapped, CJ.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Always gotta have backup, man. Always. Shout out my guys, man.
How we doing though, brother? We all right? All's well. All's well in CJ land.
Yeah, all is well, man. Had a little cold, kind of that switch of the weather. It goes from like 60 to 40.
Nah,
Got a
New
little,
York crazy.
yeah, it got a little crazy, but I'm back, man. I'm good to go, man. I'm cleared for today, man.
Say no more. Say
Yes,
no
sir.
more. All right, let's get into it then. I
Let's
say
do
we
it.
waste no time and do as we usually do. Bring up the schedule right here. We started off as we usually do with the Monday night game. Almost said Sunday. The Monday night game, we got a nice little 31-10 victory by the 49ers. Obviously, what everybody picked. That's usually what happens. No, I'm confused, CJ. I'm a little confuzzled here. I don't understand why Shanahan can beat the Rams no matter what. Like it just doesn't matter. Are they really? Are they really that good this year? No, not really. They're 4-5. Were they good last year? Absolutely not. The year
Right.
before, yeah, that was their Super Bowl year, so I kind of understood that. This is 5 games in a row. Did you know that, CJ? Five in a row.
Against McVay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing great. They played great football last night. I mean, no one can match the Rams. No one on the Rams can
On the rest
catch
can catch
and
and
Matthew
Matthew can
can
throw.
throw.
Fucking
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, that was one of the factors. That was one of the factors. But I just felt like again, both teams kind of want to do the same thing. They want to run the football, be dominant at the point of attack with the offensive lines. And I just think the 49ers did a better job of that last night. Regardless of who's back there, Wilson, Mitchell, really doesn't matter who's back there. It's really about scheme when it comes to Shanahan and running that football. It's really about those 5 guys up front. Really 6 if you add Kittle. He's a great run blocker as well. Great pass protecting tight end as well. So, when you have those guys up there up front, it's going to be tough to stop. Even though Aaron Donald is dominant, he's only 5'11", 6 foot. He's one of
Crazy.
these big 6'3", 6'5" defensive linemen that can move some of these guys. So if you do a great job of scheming and trapping them up, it's going to make those other guys going to have to make plays. And the Rams didn't do a great job of that. They started off extremely slow. Jimmy Ward came out, had 2 interceptions, I think, in like the first 3 possessions for the Rams. So, uh, when you start the game like that on the road, momentum is such a crazy thing. We're really starting to see that this year, especially in the second half of the season. We're starting to see momentum really sway the outcome of games, regardless of who's playing. When you think teams are, it's going to be an easy night. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with the crowd as well. I think the fans really play a factor for the opposing team as well. They're riled up, they're hyped up. They want to make sure they're making plays. Everybody knows the fans are back. It adds a factor to the game. It adds a different type of mystique to the game. So, yeah. But for the Rams, just started off slow. Obviously, Robert Woods tearing his ACL on Friday practice. That was a big time loss. That probably hurt them a lot. Pretty sure they already had a game plan and schemed things up, being prepared for those guys on Monday. And then to lose him on Friday definitely hurt their game plan a little bit. But you got to give credit to the 49ers. They ran the football well. Jimmy didn't make any mistakes. And they played a clean, solid football game, man. And we'll see what they could do, man. The NFC is a couple teams on the bubble. We'll see which one comes out on top from like 5 to 7.
Yeah, I think you said it pretty well. I mean, you could see what it was from the first drive of the game. The 49ers just came out and they out physical the Rams. And, as good as we always say the Rams are, especially this year, they get Stafford and everything like that. This is 2 games in a row. And I'm not, concerned about it at all. Of course, Michael had to throw in that Dallas looks great. Whatever. I'll let you have your moment.
What's
Um,
going on, brother? What's up, man?
but they lose to the Titans because they got out physical. I mean, and that was without Derrick Henry, so I don't think a lot of people expected that. And then they got out physical in this game as well, and it's a trend. I mean, it's 2 games, and like I said, I don't think 2 games in a row means like, oh, the sky is falling. The Rams are no longer, a contender. Because first of all, we don't know who's good anyway. I mean, CJ, if you can tell me right now who you think is fantastic in the NFL, I'll give you credit because I cannot figure it out.
Yeah, I can't figure it out. I feel like, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, brother.
I'm just glad that Michael's not on this show, CJ.
But yeah, going back to your question, I can't. I mean, it's really wide open right now. That's why I feel like the team we got right now, we got a solid chance. Got to keep stacking them up. But in either conference, it's really wide
there's
open.
12
man.
teams in the AFC over 500, or 500 and above, I should say.
It's wild. These teams are hungry, bro. These guys.
I mean, there's some weird stats coming out of the NFL this year. Like I said, there's 12 teams that are 500 or better in the AFC. This is only like the second time in NFL history, I want to say, or in recent memory, that every team in the NFL has 2 losses at this point in the season. There's usually that one team that is still undefeated or only has the 1 loss or something of that nature. But I mean, everything's super close right now, and that's the thing. I don't think the Rams are done. Like you said, Robert Woods tearing his ACL on Friday. That hurts a lot because, like you said, they probably have a game plan by then. I mean, obviously, you have to have a game plan by then. If you figure this out Monday, that's a totally different thing. And the weirdest part about it is, too, he tore it on Friday. They didn't know until Saturday. Because when the day that OBJ signed, wasn't that – or maybe it was Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday. It was all in the same day, really, when he officially signed.
Well, it came out on Saturday. I should say that he tore his ACL, I believe. I believe it came out on Saturday.
Yeah, it came out on Saturday.
Because, I mean, he finished practice.
That's Robert crazy. Woods I didn't know that.
No. Yeah, Robert Woods finished practice and did his media availability.
Wow.
So they didn't know. So you come in for an MRI the next day, you're like, damn, my knee hurts a little bit. Next thing you know, you're getting ACL surgery. I mean, so It's not even like, what do they have? 24 hours to try to make a new game plan without Robert Woods? I mean, if you figure this out Monday, even if you figure it out Friday, at least it gives you 48 hours to try and do something.
Right.
I mean, how prepared can you really get for a whole ass NFL team in 24 hours? Not much. And then, you sign OBJ and down the line it might do something. But he has 2 days, 1 day to figure out, the offense. That's not going to happen. And, you saw that mostly on that last drive of the game. I mean, they had to do, or like one of the last drives that they had, which, by the way, let me just get this out of the way. I lost my fantasy game in one of my money leagues by 0.7.
Yeah,
and the last possession of the game, they run the ball. The Rams do. Even though they didn't have to. They run the ball. And they got like 5 or 7 yards or something like that. And who was it? Sony Michel, not Darrell Henderson.
Sony Michel.
You just can't make it up.
Can't make it up. The former guy.
CJ, it did make up for it, though. I don't know if you saw. I beat you in fantasy.
Yeah, bro. Man, you want to talk about injuries for my squad, man? It is all you see is red initials next to my players, bro. It is nasty.
Let me tell you something though, CJ. You can call me the Thunder, bro. Because in this one league, I'm kind of tanking, but I'm not. I'm almost rebuilding. I'm 5-5 in this one league, right? In this dynasty league, bro. I have 12 draft picks next year.
See, that's what I'm saying. I got some solid draft picks too, man. So I'm hopefully that's what I'm trying to watch a little bit of college football too, man. Try to see what's up.
I might have to actually pay attention to the draft and all that. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Because
I got 3 firsts, 2 seconds, 4 thirds, and 3 fourths.
So yeah, you I don't know whoever was trading with you, but
I'm out here rebuilding.
They must be secure. They must be secure in what they got.
I traded away Saquon. Not even mad about it. Yeah, I traded away Mike Evans. That one hurt a little bit, but I also have I have Tyler Lockett and Keenan Allen too. So it wasn't even that bad. You know what I mean? I got my boy Mac 10 on the team too. This is for a different league.
Hey man,
Mac
that
10
guy,
green. You
that
feel
guy,
me?
man.
But no, back to this game. I got into a rant. You know, that's what I do. CJ's usually the one that's here to reel me in. I said that. But two games for the Rams. Not really that concerned. You know, you didn't have time to put OBJ into the game plan. I'm not even the biggest OBJ guy. I still kind of think that his Giants years were his years. It can change. You know, I am subject to change sometimes. Not much because I like being right, so I don't really like to admit that I'm wrong. But Rams will be all right. I don't know what the 49ers do. And tell me this isn't just typical Jimmy, bro. Like, they literally all week it was, you know, when they lose to the Rams, they're finally going to go to Trey Lance. And then he comes out, beats the Rams 31-10, and now it's like, well, damn, now we got to start Jimmy again. You can't bench Jimmy now. They just beat the Rams.
Right, yeah. So, when it goes right, when everything's going right for the Rams, I mean for the 49ers, when they're running the football, moving the rock, it's honestly similar type of playing styles as the Patriots, really. When they're running the football, making it third and manageable, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, you know, that's when Jimmy's at his best. You know, when you're asking him to throw the ball 40 times or so, that's when you kind of get in a tough predicament. So. Yeah, like I said, the Niners, they did a great job. Divisional game too, very key. Gotta win those games. And like you said, to start off the show, somehow Shanahan, you know, he has McVay's number, man. I know both of those guys, you know, really familiar with that West Coast offense. So just really who strikes first, and Shanahan did that last night.
Yeah, and you know, a big thing here that I said in the beginning of the year he's probably the best tight end in football. I think, you know, Kelsey's having a better year, obviously, because Kittle was hurt. But you can't, like, underestimate how important Kittle is into this offense, too. I mean, he is like you said, he's a 6 blocker on every play. I mean, he's an unbelievable blocker. Easily the best blocking tight end in the league right now. It would have been very fun to see him and Prime Gronk in the league at the same time to see who was a better blocker, because, you know, Gronk out here blocking.
Yes, sir.
It still is, you know, to this day. But I mean, he's an unbelievable blocker, and then obviously he can go out there and run any single route that he wants. He can catch any ball that he wants. I mean, he's an unbelievable player. I think that he's so important to the offense. And let's not give no disrespect here. Is it official, CJ? This is the Deebo Samuel coming out season. Am I right?
Yeah, 100%. Again, in that West Coast offense, if you want to have success, your wide receivers have to be able to get yards after the catch. He does that better than anyone else in the league. Cooper Kupp on the other side does that better than anybody else in the league. So, you know, that's really why both teams have been very successful. They have a number one that could get that yak, man. After the break, they can break the tackle and then go to the crib on any given moment. So he's very dangerous. And he played him out the backfield last night. Had a touchdown coming out the backfield as a running back. He's a weapon, man. I saw it out of South Carolina when he was in college. He went to the perfect situation, and now he's just showing why he's going to be one of the best in the league. Keeps it up.
Yeah, and then, like you said, Cooper Kupp, man, I look, he got him as the best wide receiver in football this year. Just saying. I think his worst performance of the year, he had like 6 catches and 66 yards. Worst of the year? I mean, that's still a solid game. So, very, very fun matchup here. But we'll go to the Chiefs and the Raiders, which is what I thought was going to be a very fun matchup. And as you can tell by the score, it certainly was not. I think the Raiders is just finally catching up to him. I mean, you got Henry Ruggs in his situation, obviously.
What a month.
Exactly. You got Henry
month,
Ruggs. You got Henry Ruggs. You got John Gruden, and you got one of your top draft picks,
Arnett.
Arnett posting flicks on IG, getting cut from the team as well. You got an interim head coach, obviously right now, who's never coached before as a head coach. I mean, I think it's just finally catching up to him. And you know, the Chiefs still hadn't really looked good this season. They had just beat the Packers. You know, they barely won, and that was against Jordan Love. So, you know, I wasn't too impressed with them. I thought the Raiders were going to end up winning this game, especially, you know, because he was at home.
Right.
But it just didn't happen. Like, that is absolutely not what happened. Um, you can look at some of the turning points in this game. I think it was 17-14 in the third quarter. You got, the Deshaun Jackson fumble. Like, what, bro? First of all,
That was the turning
I
point of the game.
I have no
100%.
idea what you're doing. There was nobody in front of him.
That was the turning point of the game right there. As soon as that happened, I was like, and then they went to score the touchdown. I was like, yeah, it's over.
Like, I just don't. I don't understand what he was doing. There was literally nobody in front of you. Just keep running, bro. That's what you're known for.
Trying to do too much, man. Situational football. It's not equal and all across all these teams, man. Situational football, man. Credit to the DB too. He made a great play. Great play. In the moment, popping that ball out. Listen, man. The Chiefs' defense over the past few weeks, they've been playing pretty solid. Granted, like you said, Jordan Love was out there last week for the Packers, so how much can you really credit that to? But at the end of the day, they got it done. They've been playing solid these past few weeks, and we've critiqued the Chiefs. A lot of people across the media have criticized the Chiefs this year, but they're right there. They're right there.
First place now.
They're right there, man. At the end, they're going to be there at the end, 100%. We see the other teams in the division trending the wrong way. So they still have the coach, they still have the quarterback, they still have those guys. I think Patrick Mahomes in this game did a great job of, again, like we talked about on the show multiple times, taking the singles, not always going for the home run. These teams now are going to play that cover 2 shell. They're going to continue to do that now. You got to find ways to beat that and then take them out of that coverage, and then you could go deep and hit those guys, hit McCall Hardman, hit Tyreek Hill, and then open up the playbook and things of that nature. So I think they're running the ball solid. You can't really expect too much from an Andy Reid type offense when it comes to running the football. But taking the checkdowns are kind of like runs a little bit. Getting those guys in space, getting yards after the catch. I think they did a great job of that. Raiders had some opportunities to make some plays, get some interceptions. Mahomes left it open for a couple of guys. Let's see, Casey Hayward had one, had a gimme. Abram had one. It was a 50-50 ball. Abram was right there. He dropped it, kind of misjudged the ball. So it just wasn't the Raiders' night. Hasn't been the Raiders' month so far. It's been trending the wrong way. Darren Waller hasn't really got a lot of activity over the last few weeks. I don't know what's going on with that.
My fantasy team knows don't work.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there in Vegas, but they're definitely gonna need a rehaul coming up in the offseason.
But and that was the thing. I think you said it best. Honestly, it's the fact that, and it's what a lot of people in the media were saying. It's what a lot of people in general have been saying, is that they had to get back the Chiefs to boring football.
Right.
And it's boring to us. It's not boring to them. They're still doing what they have to do, but Mahomes taking a check down, and I think the big thing was that the week before this they showed tape. I mean, Kelsey has a wide open 10-yard gain, and he throws a 45-yard pass to Pringle in double coverage. That's not what happened in this game. They finally took the underneath stuff. They said, listen, if you're going to play us over the top, then you know what, we're going to give the ball to our playmakers and let them do what they do. Kelsey had a good game. Tyreek Hill had a great game, as he usually does against the Raiders, apparently. But they just played a lot better. And then obviously, like you said, there were just moments that the Raiders couldn't capitalize on. When that ball was thrown up in the end zone to the running back, I can't believe that the Raiders didn't pick that one off. The fumble was huge. And it's just all those little moments that start adding up, and after a while, you can't dig yourself out of it. But the Chiefs played better, and this was the Chiefs offense that you expect coming into the season. And it's the whole question of, are they back now? And I want to see it for another week.
Yeah, I want to see them against Dallas. That'll be a great litmus test. For both teams, honestly. Both teams came back and they had some shaky moments, and now that'd be a great game to see where both of those teams are at.
Which, by the way, NFL, listen, you have all the power in the world, basically. You're telling me they can't flex this game in the Sunday night? Come on, really? What are we doing here?
What is that? It's just a 1 o'clock game. Can't it just be a 1 o'clock?
No, it's a 4.
Oh, okay, it's a Fox game. Oh,
CBS? I believe so. I think it's a Fox vehicle.
All right, yeah.
It's a Fox vehicle. But still, you can't flex that in the Sunday night, bro. Come on. You know, they got. I think they got Chargers Steelers. That's a flexible game.
That's not going to be bad. That's not going to be a bad game.
But I mean, does it live up? Does it live up to the expectations?
It might not. It might not. On paper, it looks good. Chargers coming off an L and Steelers.
Oh my god, that's just illegal football right there. Nobody should have had to watch that one.
I was pain.
But yeah, I want to see the Chiefs do it one more week. Obviously, going against the Cowboys, it'll be interesting to see what they can do. I think that's probably the biggest test for the Chiefs defense, I would say, so far this year. Maybe the Bills, you could put them up there too, because they were, at the top of their powers when they played the Chiefs earlier this year. But Cowboys have obviously been great on offense so far. It's going to be a fun game next week. I am very excited to watch that one for sure. But we'll go on to the Packers and the Seahawks, and you want to talk about a game not living up to expectations. This is textbook definition of it. Seattle got shut out for the first time since like week 2 of the year before they drafted Russell Wilson. So this was the first shutout of Russell Wilson's career.
It's the Hasselbeck days.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers was looking rusty. We obviously know that Russ was looking rusty. I think he only completed like 50% of his passes. Obviously didn't have a touchdown. I think he threw those 2 interceptions. And the one interception deep into the end zone to lock it, I guess I kind of understand. That kind of stuff happens. We saw what Stafford do yesterday. We've seen Brady do it before.
It's like a punt.
Yeah. I'm not that upset at that one. The one where he tried to force it to DK in the end zone, I have no idea what was happening. There was no point in that entire play that I thought that he was open or that it was even a completable pass. Not a single moment. So, that's kind of just uncharacteristic of Russ. You obviously think of him as, what he is, a very good quarterback who doesn't make dumb mistakes. That was a dumb mistake. It really was. Rodgers comes back from his little COVID, not COVID situation.
Right.
Whatever the hell that was. And, news out of this, too, though, is Aaron Jones going down. Luckily, they got lucky there. Only 1 to 2 weeks. He didn't, do anything terrible to his knee. Thank the Lord. By the way, go pick up A.J. Dillon on your fantasy leagues. I'm trying to. I already know I'm not going to get him because I'm too high on the waiver wire. But still, yeah. So big news out of here. But this game definitely didn't live up to the expectation. This was a disappointment.
Yeah, it was. I didn't expect too much from Seattle's offense. I didn't expect 0 points, but I definitely didn't expect too much. Russell coming back. I know the little video he did that went viral when he had the brace on and he was, pointing things out. But at the end of the day, it's like there's no chaos around you in those moments. So I mean, it looked cool. It was a nice little video to see that he was trying to get mentally ready for when he came back, but. They got to give credit to Green Bay's defense, man. I mean, even last week against Kansas City, holding them to 13 points.
I think their last 3 games they've held opponents to like 34 points total. I want to say.
Yeah, they've done a great job. They've done a great job. You got to give Joe Barry a lot of credit for what he's doing over there. I don't even think Jair's back yet.
He's not.
So when he gets back, I think Kevin King is out as well. So I mean, when that secondary gets healthy, I think they're primed for success going into the playoffs. You got to be able to have a solid defense against these teams in the NFC. And right now, they're really doing a great job. Expected Aaron to come out a little flat. Obviously, yeah, he had the week of practice, but just again trying to get it.
No, he only had a day.
Only had a day. Oh, right. It was 10 days, right? It's 10 days to get cleared, right? So. So I expected this to be a sluggish game, but the defense for Green Bay really stepped up, made some big time plays, and they're 8-2, they're right there, and Rodgers will get back into a rhythm with the offense. Like you said, Aaron Jones going down is definitely even though for a couple of weeks is a huge loss. He does a lot for their offense. They like to run the ball. Again, they like to do that on West Coast, similar to the Rams and the 49ers. That's their playing style. All 3 of those guys came from the Washington football team back in the day. So, Having AJ Dillon is definitely as a secondary option is big time. This is definitely this is the time for him to show that he's more than just being the guy that everybody just sees with the big quads. Now let's see him. Now let's see
Him
him.
and Saquon.
Yeah. Like that's what he was known for the first year and a half or so. Now let's see if he can show some productivity on the field and show why he could be a solid back in the NFL. He did some solid things when Jones went out on Sunday. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, not too much to take from this. I was hoping that this was going to be one of the games that we got to talk about a lot, but there was nothing that happened. I mean, 17 points total. I thought that was going to be the first quarter.
Yeah, it was like, wasn't it like 3-zip at the half or something like that?
I think it was 3-zip going into like the fourth quarter.
It was bad. It was bad.
This was not a fun time at all. Eagles Broncos 30-13 dub over there by the Eagles. They're a weird team. They're kind of weird. The Broncos are as well. Like, the Eagles aren't good, but they're not bad enough to be bad. You know what I mean? Like they're and I don't even think that they're good enough to be mid.
Well, they could be mid in a couple of games to get right.
Yeah, this is true.
Record-wise,
they compete. I feel like they compete very well in a lot of these games. I give Jalen Hurts a little bit more of a break than it seems like most of you Philly fans out there do. The dude is productive. That's all you can really ask for. You know that he only threw the ball 3 times in the second half? 3 times in the entire second half of the game. So, listen, is he putting up, the gaudy numbers that everybody likes to look at, like Mahomes, who had like 400 passing yards and 5 touchdowns? No. They're winning.
Right.
And listen, that's all that matters, isn't it? At the end of the day, if there's a W next to you, it doesn't really matter. The game can be great, it can be terrible. It doesn't matter as long as you get the win. And they're 4-6 right now. Believe it or not, they're still in the playoff picture. Do I think they make it there? That's a different story. That's a no. But they're competitive. At least it's not a Jet situation where every week you just know it's an automatic L. At least you can have some faith in the Eagles every once in a while. You're like, yeah, we can win this game. And this was a game I didn't really think that they would win in Denver. Denver was just coming off that giant win against the Cowboys. I mean, I guess this was textbook definition trap game.
Yes, sir.
But still, Broncos only putting up 13. And they're, like I said, they're another weird team. They're 500 right now. They beat the Cowboys and then they lose to the Eagles. Nothing in the NFL makes sense. So, CJ, make it make sense for me.
Yeah, I can't make sense for the Broncos, man. They're up and down. You don't know how they're trending. They didn't run the ball well on Sunday. I think the Eagles did a great job of running the ball. Nick Sirianni's finally running the football.
Of course, Miles Sanders isn't on the field either.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan Howard was a big-time pickup for them. Former Eagle. He was very productive for them back a few years ago. And now he's back now making a big-time contribution. Boston Scott, some of the other guys they have in the backfield being very productive. And also Jalen Hurts can use his legs as well and extend drives. Continue to make plays with his legs. It looks like him and Devontae Smith are really developing some solid chemistry as of late. Had a great touchdown. Devontae Smith made a great touchdown on Patrick Surtain, the second, on that right side of the sideline in the end zone. That was a big-time play. And then got another tutty later in the game. So, it looks like their chemistry is really coming along well. They got to run the football. When you have these young quarterbacks, you can't ask the young quarterbacks to throw the football 35, 40 times. You got to be able to establish the run, make things easy for them, simplify their reads. If you're asking them to throw the ball 40 times, you're just giving defense so many opportunities to just pin their ears back and just go rush the passer, and that's not a formula of success for winning in the NFL. So Nick Sirianni learning how to adjust. He's a rookie head coach. He's slowly learning how to adjust and putting up 30 points. I think the defense did a great job as well, stopping the run, stopping Melvin Gordon, stripping Melvin Gordon. Big play Slade. Darius Slade made a big-time play, taking it to the crib. Not just stop.
Did you hear what he said after the game about fumbles?
No, what he said. I didn't hear that.
What's the coach's name again? I literally always forget it.
Sirianni? Oh, yeah,
Fangio?
Oh, okay.
No, Sirianni. He was like, we got something called a city fumble, and a country fumble. He's like, if there's a city fumble, that means there's people around, and you better just get on top of it. If it's a country one, that means nobody's around. You're allowed to scoop it. And I guess that one can be considered a country one. I was like, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
what's good with him and all these weird innuendos, bro?
Yeah, he got some nice sound bites. I'll tell you that, man.
He's something. I mean, he's out here talking about we're watering the plant. We got to grow each week and set our roots down, but also expand. I'm like, bro, you got me out here thinking I just did some shrooms.
Yeah, this guy's a nice little poet. If it doesn't work out for the Philly coach, he could be a solid little poet over there. But when you win it, it all sounds good. It all sounds good, and that's what Philly did on Sunday. Again, yeah, for the Broncos, I just don't know, man. Teddy, one moment Teddy looks good, the next moment Teddy's just out there. And again, he's solid, he's decent. But they should have they need to get a quarterback. They need to get a quarterback.
Oh yeah.
100%. I mean, John Elway, I know he kind of relinquished some of those football decisions and focused more on the business side of the team. But they're gonna have to find a quarterback here, because again, you got Mahomes, you got Herbert, and then Carr. We'll see what happens with Carr. I mean, if I'm Carr, like I said in the chat, I'm out of there, bro. I mean, I just feel like that team is cursed. That team is cursed. Like every 3-4 years, something always happens.
Something interesting today. Speaking of Carr,
about Carr,
I was watching good old Cowherd. Right? He said, the team that should be on the phone for him, the Browns.
Yeah, sure, yeah, definitely.
Derek Carr to the Browns. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Like I said, he's good. He's only 30. Still has a lot of football left. Quarterback years. So
he's 22 in quarterback years.
Yeah, exactly. He can make it work. We'll talk about Browns, Patriots, and Baker in a little bit. But yeah, the Denver, they're gonna have to do something in terms of getting a guy on the center that can make plays for them, because it's really just rinse and repeat. It's just rinse and repeat. Can you blame Fangio? I mean, yeah, of course he deserves some blame because he is the head coach, and when it comes to game plan and things like that, you can't be hot and cold like that each week. You got to have some type of consistency. Prayer was good, brother. How you doing, man? You got to have some type of consistency, but they really don't have a guy in the center making plays. So we'll see what happens with Denver going forward, man.
Well, the more important thing here is what's going to happen with Carolina moving forward.
Yeah.
Cam Newton is back on the team. You know what? And I'm a solid, notorious. I'm not a Cam guy. We got Corey in here too. It will have to be a trade for a vet like Jimmy G or something this draft. No one that can start next year. Yeah, I don't know what happened, because
I haven't really heard anybody making any splashes.
It looked like it was going to be not another quarterback draft like last year and some of the years before. Like, there were some people that we thought of. Rattler was supposed to be that guy. The dude from North Carolina was supposed to be it. Now it don't even look like there is a first round quarterback. Look at this. See, I mentioned the man one time. We got this. Now I got to listen to this. Listen, also, people, if you can tell, Perry and Corey over there on Facebook and YouTube. So, and you haven't gone over there, we can't see the comments on Twitter anymore, unfortunately. Make sure you go check out the YouTube on Rap Sports. You go check out the Facebook. Probably the same name. Check out the boys as well. Make sure you go over there, check it out, so we can interact, see the comments, shoot a little back and forth, people. That's what we like to see. But so we go to the Panthers and the Cardinals, right? I'm not a Cam guy. I'm not. It's been stated. It's fine. I'm letting Panther fans have their moment. I'm not even going to say nothing. Cam is just fun. I get he struggles, but he is fun. And that's the thing. CJ, I see if you're with me here. I knew Brady was leaving, and I accepted that. If you asked me, I wanted him back, but I knew he was leaving. So seeing him in a different uniform doesn't do anything to me. I was still kind of surprised when the Panthers let Cam go. Cam should never play anywhere else. Like, there's places that some people should be forced to stay, and Cam should never be allowed to play for anybody other than Carolina. Like, it just makes sense. It would be like if Derek Jeter left the Yankees. If he plays anything other than pinstripes, that don't look right. And Cam just fits. I mean, it's just what I don't know what it is. He blends in with the style, the swag, everything with the Panthers. It's just who he is. It's always who I'm going to associate him with, even though he was on our team for that one lonely year. But first game back, he only played a handful of plays, but his first 2 touchdowns of the game were scored by him. He runs one in, he passes one over to Robbie Anderson. I think he went like 3 for 4 on the day. Obviously, listen, Jeter rocking the Marlins gear these days. That's only because he's an owner. It's all right. It's only because he's an owner. If he was over there rocking Marlin gear, during his playing career, shedding a tear. I got Derek Jeter on my wall right here. I'm just saying. But yeah, Cam just fits. He brings energy to him. You immediately see him on the sideline too. Talking them up. Already becoming a leader of that team. They already said that he's probably going to start next week, which kind of sucks. PJ Walker, like Cam is the story of the game for obvious reasons. PJ Walker played a hell of a good game too.
He was solid, but I mean, he couldn't beat out Darnold, so it's like, are you surprised?
Yeah,
they brought in Cam for a reason.
Well, here's my thing: was there really a chance to beat out Darnold? You just traded for him. There's no way you can let somebody beat him out.
I mean, have you seen how he's played? I mean, if he couldn't be, to me, like that means PJ isn't doing a great job in practice to beat him out. I mean,
no,
to me, Matt Rule looks like a guy where it's like, it doesn't matter who's on the center as long as he gives us the best chance to win. That's what it looks like to me. Even though, undefeated has started. He's played
NFL and
XFL. He's just inexperienced. He's inexperienced. Exactly. He doesn't have the experience like even.
I'm PJ Walker. I'm retiring right now, and my career 1,000.
1,000 win percentage for it.
You feel me?
He's solid, man. He's solid. As a backup, but you got to bring Cam in. Cam brings a different type of energy. This defense, man, is stout, man. Matt Rule, you got to give him. Yeah, you got to give him a lot of credit. Even against the Patriots live, we didn't get to talk about that game last week, but they did a great job last week as well. It was a W. Sam was definitely giving us the rock. He was definitely our 12th man out there. But shout out to Darnold, man. Get better too. Real talk. PJ Walker's fine, but he kept everything short, depth of target. Yeah, exactly. That's what you're saying. Just don't make mistakes. Keep it simple. Give it to McCaffrey on the angle routes because, he can take it to the crib at any given moment. And I think that's another thing, too. McCaffrey's healthy. Bringing in Cam. What I want to see is it's a great story. When he got picked up, I was like, full circle moment. Just to circle back to what you said originally about your point. It was a new regime, new owner, new head coach. So I understood why he had to let him go. They were also trying to pay him $24 million. And then, it was just different. It was just different. Now bringing him back, he could potentially make $10 million if he reaches all of his incentives and things like that. But six on base salary, which is pretty good. So he brings a different type of vibe and a different type of energy to the team. So much familiarity with everybody. So I'm definitely happy for him, man. I'm very happy for him. I think it's a great moment for him. I think if he could, this is a key moment in his career right here. I mean.
It's a defining moment.
100%. Because if he could help propel them to the playoffs, he could potentially be 2, 3, maybe a 3-year deal, long-term deal for them. Very possible. Hopefully I want to see what he's learned in New England, what he learned from New England, and see how he can apply that to Carolina in terms of checking it down, being efficient, not always making poor decisions. Just doing the right thing. I want to see some of the things. If he took some of those things from New England and if he brings it back to Carolina, potentially make him a better quarterback. So, like I said, that defense is phenomenal. There's talk about potentially signing. Yeah, that's definitely for sure, very possible. But he has to get it done this in the second half of the season for sure. And like I said, they have the defense, they have the run game. They got Gilmore. J.C. Horn should be back soon. Soon. I'm not sure the timetable, but I know he was on IR with the foot injury. They got Dante Jackson, another really good cornerback. They got Burns and Reddick on the outside. They got Shaq Thompson in the middle. So that defense is excellent. You want to have McCaffrey in there. You want to have. I think they should also have Hubbard.
Oh yeah,
get some more touches as well, because to me, McCaffrey, yes, he can be a every down back, and you can give him the ball 30 times, but just looking at the injury history over the last few years, I think you got to have a 1-2 punch just to take some of the pressure off of him a little bit, keep him healthy, keep him fresh for the playoffs. So, and then also Cam is a running threat, like we saw last on Sunday. So I like the direction of the team. You know, they got a W, even though Carolina and Arizona didn't have Kyler or D-Hop. I mean, it would have been a different game, but at the end of the day, it's on your schedule.
I think Cole McCoy got hurt too.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's third string now we're talking.
Yeah. Cole McCoy got hurt, but he was giving it to the other team too. So, but listen, like I said, it's really this game is really all about Cam, man, and him coming back, making some big time plays, and we'll see if he can stay consistent, man, as a passer. That's going to be key.
Yeah, I mean, it changes their offense. Obviously, you can do a lot more with Cam than you can with Sam Darnold.
Of course, yes.
There was obviously that weird moment in NFL time history where Sam Darnold was leading the league in rushing touchdowns, but I didn't think that was really going to keep up. But yeah, you obviously saw it at the goal line. You can run the quarterback power. You can maybe do that stuff they always do with Henry. Look like you're going to run a power and then do a little hop pass.
Right.
You can run the read option with him and McCaffrey. I mean, you can pick and choose what you really want to do, because you run a read option with Cam and McCaffrey. I don't know what to do. Who am I supposed to stop? Because it also seems to me that every time McCaffrey touches the ball, he can really sneak his way through the O-line and everything like that. I felt like he was always getting a solid gain there, but I think, like you said, is very important as well. Last week, I think he played like 48% of the snaps, had like 20 touches. He had like 26 touches in the first half. And it's his second game back. You definitely got to temper that down a little bit. Listen, do I love it? I'm a Christian McCaffrey owner in fantasy. I'm all for it. Give him 45 touches a game as long as he stays healthy. But that's just not smart to do. Like you shouldn't have somebody touching the ball that much. Obviously, they're going to end up breaking down by the time the playoffs roll around. And hey, Panthers are that last seed right now.
Right.
Panthers are the 7th seed in the playoffs. I think they have the Vikings behind them. They got a few other teams behind them, obviously. But I think if I was to put my money on it, I would go with the Panthers because, like you said, their defense is very good. What Cam has to do now is not mess it up.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Cam has to do what Darnold was doing in the beginning of the year and not mess up. Because then Sam started messing things up. They start losing. And this is a team where, you can play off your defense. This isn't, the Chiefs in the beginning of the year where you had to score 40 because your defense was giving up 40. No, they're pretty good. They have a lockdown
they're really
secondary.
Good. They're really
good. Play off your defense. Don't make mistakes. And like you said, take the check down. You have the greatest check down in the NFL, McCaffrey.
Yeah, man.
So you can check the ball down, and next thing you know, you got a 85-yard touchdown pass by throwing the ball, a yard in front of you. So take the check down. Don't turn the ball over. Don't make those costly mistakes and play off your defense. And I think that they're, going to be right there in the wild card picture the entire way there. But we move on from there. CJ, why don't you take over here? Oh wait, hold on. Let me get rid of this. Let me not be a. Look at that. See, there you go.
All right, we got the Vikings and the Chargers, Minnesota, after losing a close game in overtime to Baltimore last week, going to SoFi, playing against the Chargers, who had a close win against Philadelphia the week before. They meet up, both teams, even though in different conferences, kind of in the same boat in terms of how they want to be placed and how they want their season to end. Close game for the majority of the game. Minnesota came out and really ran the football extremely well. That seems to be the Chargers' kryptonite is run defense. They're not great at stopping the run, and Herbert didn't have a great game. He didn't have a great game on Sunday. Minnesota is kind of like, it's like you don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, you could get You get the blunder against the Cowboys 2 weeks ago. Then you put up 34 against. Then you put up 31 against the Ravens the week after, and then you put up a solid 27 against the Chargers. So, what was your thoughts on this game? I know you said you have. I think Carolina's going to be that 7th seed. Minnesota's right there as well. What's your thoughts on the game? What's your thoughts on the Chargers as well? I mean, they've taken. I think they've lost 2 of their last 3. Lost to New England and then lost last week to Minnesota.
They've lost 3 out of their last 4.
3 out of their last 4. Wow. So, they're kind of trending the wrong way. We kind of seen this with the Chargers, even the Phillip Rivers days. They either start off hot and then just then go downward, or it's the other way around. So, what was your thoughts on this game? What's your thoughts on these teams going into the second half of the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like what it is with every team. It just depends on how well your quarterback plays. And Justin Herbert in this game, 20 of 34, that's a 58.8 completion percentage, only 195 yards, a touchdown, an interception, got sacked twice, QBR of 58, passer rating of 72. So it's just not a good game out of him. And obviously this is a league now more than ever. I think we can, very easily say too that, your quarterback kind of depends on how well you do. I really think it's a coaching issue with the Vikings. When Kirk is allowed to throw on first downs, they're elite. When they run every first down and become predictable, it's a problem. Yeah, and I'll get to the Vikings, so I will get back to that comment because I do like that. But this is kind of what the Chargers have been over the past few years, and we thought they got over the hump, early into the year. They were winning some of the close games instead of losing them. We were like, wow, turning the corner. How well are they going to be? I had them making the playoffs this year, I believe, as a wild card. So still very possible. Yeah. Still very possible. I think that they might. A
lot of people had them as their sleeper.
Yeah,
going into the season.
But Herbert just has to play a little bit better. I mean, you look at the stats from some of his games recently. He went off against Philly, but they're not really known for having the greatest defense. New England, we know what he did: 51% completion percentage, 2 interceptions. Threw the 2 touchdowns as well. Against the Ravens, had a 56% completion percentage, 195 yards, touchdown, interception. And, you're seeing it. It's against some of the better teams, too, which is when you have to play better, too. You can't really be anointed as, a certain player if you can't live up to the moment against good teams. Like I said, he beat Cleveland in that shootout crazy game. Their defense had been playing solid up to that point, so that was impressive. But you lose to Baltimore with an established coach, established defense. You lose to New England, established coach and defense. You beat Philly, but I mean they're 4-6 right now, and nobody thought that they were going to be that good. And then Mike Zimmer comes in, who's known for his defense, and he loses as well. And I would be more concerned about the Chargers if these losses recently were against bad teams. Like if you're losing to bottom of the barrel teams or teams that you should absolutely beat, I would be more concerned. But I mean, were people that surprised when they lost to the Ravens? I mean, I wasn't. I mean, I thought that they were going to win that game just because they came off the Cleveland game. But is it a shocking thing? No. Losing to New England, that wasn't shocking. I mean, we saw what Bill did to them last year. And then, they lose to the Vikings, this is probably a game that they were favored in. Maybe. I'm not totally sure on that, but I don't think it's shocking. So they just have to get back to playing football. Their run defense is just not good. Dalvin Cook had a nice game, but I think that they're going to be all right. I think they'll start, getting some wins here. And then, over to the Vikings, like Corey said, their offense does become predictable. At some point, it's funny. You see a lot of Vikings fans saying that the first and last drive of the game is unbelievable. It's just everything in between that is not very good. So if they can kind of figure that whole situation out, get their defense back to playing, what Mike Zimmer is known for, then they should be all right. I think it really is going to be a battle between the Vikings and the Panthers for that 7 spot. I think 5 and 6 are pretty locked down because I think it's the Rams and somebody, I don't know what the other team is. I think it's the Saints. I think the Saints are 6.
I don't think that's a lock.
Really? I think the Saints are in. I love their defense. I'm a huge fan of their defense.
Yeah, I mean, their defense is excellent, but
you do got to score points, so I understand. But whatever.
No number 1 wide receiver.
That's
No
very
quarterback.
true. No quarterback.
Kamara's great,
You're
but
not a
it's
big
gonna load up the
Simeon guy?
box. Hey, man.
I just want to see a reaction to that one. I needed it.
This man's been around the block, man.
Remember when we embarrassed him when he was on the Broncos? God, that was good times.
Yeah, he's not it. He's not it.
Like Corey said, Jefferson? Nah, that's a name.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Yes.
Justin Jefferson, grown ass man. But yeah, I'm not too concerned about the Chargers. And I think the Vikings are going to be in it for the last, game of the season. And they have some winnable games coming up. I know they have to play the Packers twice. So obviously, you kind of pencil that in as 2 losses, but I believe Kirk is like 4-5 or like 4-5 against them in his past few games. And then Mike Zimmer is like 11-12-1 over the past few years. So
those are like primetime games, man. Even though it's not on prime time, those are primetime.
Yeah,
games.
but I mean, hey, they're splitting the games like every year. Like I said, Kirk ain't out here getting swept, or Zimmer getting swept by him. So I mean, look, they play the Packers next week. I'll say it's a loss, especially. Actually, that might be the win because they're at home. It's possible. Listen, I'm going to live in a fantasy world. I'm giving them a split. I'll give them a split.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
So I'll say they win this game. They play the 49ers. The 49ers can only beat McVay. So I might give them a win there.
That's a pickup. Yeah, that's man.
They play
you don't know what you're going to get from those quarter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a pick'em game.
They play the Lions. Easy.
I would put no bread on that game ever. Lions, that's easy work.
They play at the Steelers. Their defense is very good, but their offense is terrible. We're going to get to that game, as you can see.
Yeah, we're going to get to that game. We're going to get to that game before we get to New England, because
okay.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit more about our guys. But yeah, go ahead.
And then they play the Bears. I think that's a win. Then they finish out the season, Rams, Packers, Bears again. I say they lose to the Rams and the Packers and beat the Bears again. I think they sweep the Bears. What is that? In my fantasy world, where they split with the Packers.
What's that? 8 and 9? 9 and 8?
That's another 3 guaranteed wins in my eyes. And I got not 3, 4, 5. 5. That's another 5 wins in my eyes.
So you got them going 9 and 8.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, they have the talent. The talent is not a question. I mean, that's not the issue. Like Corey just said, Jefferson's elite. Thielen's still very solid. Dalvin Cook still excellent as an RB1. Madison as well, playing some solid football too as an RB2. So yeah, talent's not the issue. Defensively, Mike Zimmer, that's his skill set. I mean, that's why they got him. That's what he's known for. So Kendricks is playing excellent, looking like one of the best linebackers in the NFL. He's kind of underrated. Doesn't really get a lot of credit. I think he leads the NFL in tackles. He's having a stellar season. So, we'll see, man. Like I said, it's gonna come down to number 8 at the end of the day, and it's gonna and going back to the point that Corey made on the comment, yeah, the coaching as well. Clint Kubiak, he's gonna have to call some better game plan as well, and then also on the other side with Zimmer.
Yeah, we will definitely find. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. Like I said, I can't figure out the NFL this year. I feel like at this point in the year, there should be somebody that is established that we know is good, and I cannot find them. I can't find them. So, hey, maybe the Vikings, go out on a run here, knowing the NFL this year.
Maybe, man. I think this year it's going to come down to coaching, bro. Coaching.
Yeah.
Situational football. All right, let's go to the Lions and Pittsburgh. Obviously, Pittsburgh didn't have Ben Roethlisberger, went down with the COVID. I don't even think you can say with the vid. In some places you can't even say COVID on YouTube or Facebook, so
that's tough.
that might be tough. But he had the health and safety safety protocols.
Listen, he caught the Roro.
Yeah, health and safety protocols for Big Ben. Wasn't able to play. It's a close game. For some reason, their defense is good, but they weren't able to really stop the run. in this game.
33 rushes.
Yeah, 33 rushes for the Lions. DeAndre Swift had a game.
33 for Swift, right?
Oh, just alone? Oh,
yeah, I think Swift alone had 33.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he had a game. He had a tutty, I believe. Goff, Goff's gonna golf, and Mason Rudolph. Overtime was going back and forth. It was like, which team wants to sell? I put this in the chat. We were talking about it on Sunday. I was like, yo, which team wants to sell more? And it was equal because it came out to being a tie. And I can't pronounce his last name, but the Steelers tight end. That was just pain.
Hawkinson?
Is it? No, the Steelers tight end.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I forgot. It starts with the F, man. I'll get it down by next week. But yeah, he sold, man. They were right there in field goal range. Listen, I don't know if Boswell's going to make a 58-yard field goal, but I mean, we'll never know because he fumbled the ball and time ran out, and you got to tie. And I mean, if you're the Lions, I mean, that's the best case scenario. I mean, you're not going 0-17. You could go 0-16-1.
Hell yeah!
If you want to look at that as some type of moral victory, I guess. But for the Steelers situation, it hurts the Steelers more because they're trying to get in that playoff, maybe win the division type deal, and they're trying to get a playoff berth. And with that tie there, that could potentially hurt their chances. So, what's your thoughts on this game? I mean, it was a really ugly game. I was checking here and there. I was definitely watching the overtime to see if the Steelers could come out on top. Unfortunately, they weren't able to do so.
Yeah, I can't remember which way the stat goes, but I believe it's towards the Steelers that they're the first team to turn the ball over twice in overtime and not lose since the 80s.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson too. So that was tough. I was like, I thought
how is it even possible that you turn the ball over twice in overtime and don't lose? And yes, CJ, I looked it up. DeAndre Swift, 33 carries, 130 yards. Also caught the ball 3 times for 5 yards. I mean, you want to talk about backpacking. I mean, the weather wasn't, the best, so you kind of expected a run game, but 33 times for one person? Now that's something. And like you said, Jared Goff is he's just not good, bro. He's just not good at football.
The Rams are paying him, so.
This is true. Now, CJ, I kind of want to ask you this. Seeing how bad Goff is, does that enhance McVay's legacy?
For right now, yeah. But in these next 3 years or so, if he's not able to win a Super Bowl with Stafford, then it's a wash, really. I mean, you go to the Super Bowl with Goff, but then you only put up 3 points in the Super Bowl, just 3 when you were averaging 30. Listen, I know.
Bill said not today.
Yeah, I know it's against Bill. And then we know what Bill does against young quarterbacks. I get it, but I mean they were putting up 30 points a game. They only put up 3 in the Super Bowl. Now you have all this talent with Stafford and Kupp and OBJ, all these household names. You can't buy a team. You can buy players, but you can't buy a team. So we're gonna see
how inspirational out here.
It's
sounding like Nick Sirianni.
Calm quotes, man. Nick Sirianni got to hit me up, man. I got him some motivational talks if he wants to get the Eagles to rally.
Yo, TJ, you ever thought about ASMR, bro?
Nah, not really, man. Not really.
I'm telling you, bro. You read bedtime stories to people, out like a light.
Out like a light, maybe, man. I'm not sure, but like you said, back to your question, I just think, yeah, the Rams and McVay. It's going to be a wash if they're not able to get to a Super Bowl in the next 3 years. But yeah, I mean, this game, man, it was just tough to watch.
Tough to watch.
Yeah, that overtime was definitely tough to watch, man. Any last thoughts on this one?
I feel bad for you if you watched it. That's all I'll say.
All right, let's get to the Patriots and the Browns. This score surprised me a little bit. I definitely didn't expect 45-7. Got people going crazy outside.
We in New York, baby. We outside.
Yeah, New York City stuff, man. I definitely didn't expect the score 45-7. I know Chubb, I know Hunt were out, but Dearness Johnson had some pretty solid games when in their absence. He had the great game on Thursday Night Football against the Broncos. Its first drive, they came out, ran the football Austin Hooper got the touchdown. I was like, all right, this might be a little back and forth game here. And then nothing. They do nothing after that. 45 unanswered by New England. Just a complete game on all three phases. Threw that in my story after the game. Just great complimentary football, man. It's just a great game. What's your thoughts? And then I'll wrap it up. Going, we go on our rants when it comes to our teams.
You feel me? But I kind of had the same thought of you right at the beginning of the game. They marched down the field. I think in their first 7 plays, they got 6 first downs. Was not feeling very good about the squad. And they go for it on 4th down.
Yeah. He was.
I was a little upset.
He was going a little upset. He was in caps. He was writing caps, bro. I was like, chill, bro.
Listen, bro. I'm a reactor. I don't let things marinate. I see something, I had to talk about it. So you're a little upset on that first drive, especially because I really thought McCourty had that pick in the back of the end zone on 3rd down. Would have been a nice little one-hander. So I don't blame the man. My bald-headed brother in over there for not getting the interception. But then they go for it on 4th down, and they get it. Damn, could have just had to stop. And it was a close play too. For a second, I thought he didn't get down, but then they show the replay. All right, whatever. And from then on, I believe they gave up 74 yards on the first play of the drive, CJ. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 64 yards the rest of the game. Now that's something. And then, listen, that's enough about the Browns. They were just bad. Baker, with the interception to Duggar, couldn't get anything going on offense. Defense couldn't stop anything. Couldn't catch a cold if they wanted to. But Johnson didn't get enough work. Barely touched the ball after that first drive. I feel like it's what the Browns do sometimes. And listen, a little story coming out of Browns land over there. Myles Garrett after the game, a little upset.
Yeah,
saw that.
Yeah, he called out Joe Woods, defensive. Or not. I mean, they didn't really call him out. I don't want to.
He called out the team. Honestly, he said, "Listen, we made no adjustments." He said, "We made no adjustments."
Right.
You're calling out the whole coaching staff right there. I mean, how do you not make an adjustment? You're getting your face beat in. I couldn't, determine which was appropriate to say right there, Getting your face beat in, and they made absolutely no adjustments. So I can't blame the man for being a little upset. And guess what? He's your best player. So when your best player speaks, so you got to listen to that, because if you don't listen to him, then you really got some problems. What's going on there, Matt?
Yeah.
Shout out, Matt, for holding it down last week.
Appreciate you, bro.
But
yeah. I mean, but that's what happens when you play against Bill, bro. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's right. Everybody says it. He takes away what you want to do best, and if you don't have a counter move, it's gonna be a long game.
Oh, and he did exactly that. And McDaniels called it a beautiful game too. Me and you got on McDaniels, earlier on in the year. Because listen, my problem was that he wasn't letting Mac live. Being a little bit conservative, everything like that. Exactly. The Patriots are outside.
Yeah, we outside right now, man. It's got a lot of work to do, man. Still a lot of challenges gonna head forward, but we outside right now, bro.
Patriots Nation to start giving McDaniels BB credit. Yeah, they get their flowers. They get their flowers. Listen, we know Bill does what he does on the defensive side, and I'm liking what McDaniels is doing now. Like I said, me and you, CJ, said some things about McDaniels earlier in the year. We did the play calling. You look back earlier in the year, it just wasn't the best thing ever. It was not the best thing.
Right. Facts.
So, he's doing what he's doing now. And CJ, my favorite part about the entire game, 3 drives of 90-plus yards. They had a 98, a 95, and like a 92-yard drive, I think.
Yeah, 99, 92, and then 95,
So,
99 and a half.
I think I saw something that was the first time in the Bill Belichick era that's ever happened.
Yes, yep.
And I mean, you had Tom Brady for all those years, so that's a little surprising over there. Boston Radio suggesting that BB took over the defensive play calling 3 games ago. Well, listen, Bill, keep playing, keep on going. I'm all right. Listen, you stick to coaching, Bill, and you know what, CJ, that's the other thing. I got to give Bill even more credit. This draft class is looking pretty solid. You want to know what? Bill gave up some of his draft powers. He kind of realized he wasn't good at it anymore. He gave it away. He started listening to some other people, and that takes a big man to do. So shout out BB, because Steve I was about to say Steve Carell, bro. Who's that? Pete Carroll. Oh my God. Wow. I had no idea how I just messed that one up. But Pete Carroll, out here trying to play GM, and he gave up like 3 picks and a safety for Jamal Adams. Sometimes you just got to stick to what you know. I'm just saying. Listen, Caesar, I'm not going to go on, one of these podcasts and start talking about soccer. Couldn't tell you a damn thing besides that the ball goes in the net. So listen, I'm going to stay away from that. Some of these coaches just got to stick to coaching, bro. So Bill, you keep calling the defensive, and we'll be all right. But Mac Jones, listen, rookie of the year, don't care. I'm just saying. Jamar Chase, yeah, you're playing good. Fantastic, in fact. Guess what? Mac Jones is a quarterback. He means more to the team. So guess what? I know it's a quarterback award usually, but hey, sometimes you just gotta let them live. 198 yards. That's the crazy part. They put up 45, and Mac had 198 yards through the 3 touchdowns. And CJ, you know what us Patriot fans love and what the Patriots love to do? You know what we're seeing right now? A little bit of a connection. A little Mac Jones, a Hunter Henry connection.
Yes.
And that's what you like to see.
Yeah, man. Definitely. He's a red zone threat. He's really coming along. They have great chemistry. I think he has like 5-6 touchdowns already this year.
I think he got like 8.
Yeah, he's definitely having a career.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. I'll start at the top. First off, offensive line is healthy. That's the key.
Oh yeah.
That's the key, man. Getting Trent Brown back. Trent Brown was amazing on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, 7. Sorry.
7. Okay. Yeah, running it, run blocking, pass blocking. Got Win is played really, really solid at left tackle. Yes, they chipped him a little. Of course, you got to chip Myles Garrett. You just can't have Myles Garrett and Win go one-on-one the whole entire game. I think Belichick did a great job of that. But Brown did a great job on Clowney. Clowney was non-existent the whole game. It wasn't even. It's like you didn't even know he was on the field.
Did you? Sorry to interrupt you. I promise I'm going again. Did you see the clip of Clowney basically lined up at cornerback, getting a full head of steam right into Trent Brown, and Trent Brown stopped him in his tracks in 2 steps?
Trent is a dog. He's a big guy. He's like 6'7", 6'8". He's moving dudes. He's athletic as hell, man. And glad he's back. It just helps the offensive line. You got Karras, Shaq Mason as the guards, and of course. You got David Andrews holding it down at center, man. I think now the offensive line is healthy. I got to give credit, like you said. I got to give credit to McDaniels. Got it. If you're gonna critique him when he's not doing so great, you got to show him some love when he is. And I think a lot of that has to do with the offensive line really gelling and really playing it great, being healthy. It just opens up so much with the playbook when you have the solid protection. At running the football, Damian Harris went down with the ab injury. Ramondre Stevenson comes in, have 100 yards, 2 tutties, great game, 5 yards a pop. He's a dog, man. I mean, We'll talk about that 99.5-yard drive. He had like a run for like 4 or 5 yards, got us out the end zone, which really started that drive. And he's after contact. When you break one tackle, he's going. It's tough to stop him, man. He had a great screen. He could catch the ball out the backfield. I think he's going to be a player. He's going to be a player for us, man. Well, I don't know if he's going to be the bell cop because Bill likes to have running back by committee, but he's going to be very, very productive for us for the foreseeable future. He's playing. He played a great game. I was a little unsure how he was going to play. First time having a role. First time getting those carries. Brandon Bolden as well. When Brandon Bolden first got the role after James White went down, I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what's good? But it just looks like they're practicing really well. They're really having great practices. Brandon Bolden's excellent, catching balls, catching out the backfield, screens, just extending drives. He's playing great football. Kendrick Bourne has a really solid. I know Corey's been a Bourne guy since I've been with USN. He always spoke highly of him when he was with the Niners. Now he's with New England now, making some big time plays. Great, doing some great end arounds, making some spec catches. So he's developed a nice chemistry with Mac. Hunter Henry as well, man. Hunter Henry is worth every dollar, man. He's playing excellent football right now. Him and Mac have great chemistry. That's a quarterback's best friend, especially a young quarterback's best friend. Is a tight end. It's a great connection right now. Hopefully, when Jono gets back, they could start to mesh as well. It looks like before he got hurt, he wasn't really doing anything like set tight end stuff. He was just getting out in space and just being an athlete. I think that's best for him right now. N'Keal Harry, got to give N'Keal Harry some love, man. Run blocking. Dominant. You look at that touchdown play to Ramondre Stevenson off the toss. He pretty much got Garrett out the club 1-on-1, got him out of there. I know he's not getting a lot of touches in terms of reception-wise. Had a big play when Hoyer got in there late in the game, but he's playing his role. He's doing a great job. Got to give him a lot of credit. Even though yes, he was a first-round draft pick, and you can say what you want, this and that, but when he's out on the field, he's making contributions to the team, run blocking. And he's running his routes well to set up some defenses. And then again, I got to talk about Mac, man. I was high on Mac. I mean, you could go back to the tweets back last November. Yeah. I mean, listen, bro. A lot of people had a lot of skepticism. I think Patriot fans are obviously we've got some spoiled eyes seeing Tom for so long, and seeing him be so dominant for 2 decades. So. Obviously, that it's a change. It's a change. So, I think Bill and Josh are doing a great job of simplifying the game for him. He's doing a great job of moving his eyes, shifting the defense with his eyes. Look at that touchdown pass to Henry, the second one. Just moved that linebacker, and then Henry made a great route, got him open. That's a big time play, man. You make your money in the red zone. Those are some big time plays. I just like the way we're playing right now, man. Playing good football right now, but I'm not gonna get too high because you got 10. You got out there. First off, it's Atlanta. This could be a trap game on a short week, and it's in Atlanta. I know it's probably a couple of those guys still over there from that Super Bowl a couple years ago. They played like dirt last week, so I'm gonna see if they want to come back and see how they respond, especially in the first couple of drives. I know we'll get to the predictions, but and then you got Tennessee, Buffalo, bye, Colts, Buffalo. So that's going to really to me, those games right there are really going to show me what team we have with our guys, man. What type of team we have? 6-4 right now. Hopefully they could get it done against Atlanta, go to 7-4. But those even the can't even sleep on the Colts, man. They got a nice offensive line. Jonathan Taylor can move that rock, man. Wentz when he's on, he looks, man. Yeah, Wentz when he's on, he looks good. So like I said, see Buffalo twice in 5 weeks. That's gonna be the test to see how great we are. So like I said, I'm excited. Great win. Like I said, very complimentary football in all 3 phases for the Patriots. Let's see if they can keep it up and stay consistent. And yeah, it's just a great game all around. And I also got to give credit to the defense as well. Defense is playing great, stopping the run. Listen, I mean, I know we don't have Gilmore. Gilmore's out. J.C. Jackson is playing excellent football as well. Miles Bryant coming in for Jonathan Jones' replacement. He's in there making plays. Jalen Mills playing his role. Jawan Williams making some solid plays. He's out there playing solid. He's out there playing solid. I like this team, man. I like this team. Judon, big time pickup. Had a sack had a sack on Sunday. So I'm liking how we're playing right now. But like I said, these next 6 weeks is really going to show us where this team is going to fall for the rest of the season.
CJ, we'll move on right after this, but I'm a little bit disgusted in both of us, and the reason for that, we literally forgot the best part of the game. Myers with the first touchdown, baby.
Oh, right, of course, yeah, of course.
Myers, yeah. First touchdown of the career.
Yeah, that was
like the Z, baby. I saw him slip that tackle. I was like, oh man, here we go. Is it this time? And it was.
Yeah, he dove in that. He made sure. Man. He dove in that.
Humble mellow guy. Connie with the side talk New York energy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's why it's the best show of Tuesday nights. I'm just saying.
Facts,
listen, if you're not here, then where you at, bro?
Yeah, where you at, man? You're missing out. Man.
We're outside over here on the show. Side Talk, by the way, Side Talk NY might be the best thing to happen to this country ever.
To this country. Yeah, bro.
He said, who's our president? Byron. Bro, that dude, they be having me crying, bro.
Yeah, bro. The energy is unmatched. Energy is unmatched over there with Side Talk, man. Those guys from NYU, those guys are smart, man. They did a great job.
He said, Your mama gave me a bottle of Henny to quench the thirst. You heard me? I said, bro, go to bed.
Yeah,
Go
bro.
to bed.
Those dudes out here in New York is wicked, bro. They wicked.
Yo, CJ, I'm gonna see you on one of those episodes, bro.
Nah,
After they beat the Hawks.
Christmas Day? Yeah, I mean, maybe playoffs. Christmas Day, I'm in the crib, man. I'm eating swell. You heard?
You feel me? Okay.
I'm eating swell, bro. But yeah, going to the AFC South showdown, Colts and the Jaguars. It was a close game. Jaguars had some fight in the beginning of the game. Looked like it was going to be a blowout. The Jaguars came back. Remember that Tom Brady? This guy was crazy. He's been sending me that for like the last couple of days. Man, it's hilarious.
He said Trae Young's still not valid indictment.
Still not valid indictment, bro. I believe it. I believe it too. Definitely not valid over there. Yeah, 17-23, Colts Jaguars. What was your thoughts on this game? Jonathan Taylor again had a great game. Jaguars. I mean, listen, man. I know Urban Meyer had that little touchy-feely, no pun intended, situation over there in Cincinnati a couple of last month or so. But they fight, man. They fight. They've been 2-2 in the last month. So you know they play for him. They play for him. Got to give him some credit. Obviously, they don't have the talent like some of these other teams, but they look like, you know, at least they're out there trying to, you know, win the game, and they're listening to him and they're following him. So that's good. That's good that they've responded since that incident. But I just think that, again, the Colts 5-5. They're right there in the mix. They're right there in the mix, man. They know their identity now. Giving it to 23, and then Carson just stay calm, man. Just stay calm, bro. You don't have to play like Mahomes or Favre, bro. Just be you in a controlled sense, and the wins will follow. So if he's able to do that and clean some things up, I think they're in a good spot to potentially get a playoff spot. What's your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think that they're going to be right there at the end of the year too, for a playoff spot. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I didn't watch much of this game. I watched towards the end because I heard that the Jags might be making a little bit of a comeback, but I think the Colts know their plan now. I think it's a big, you know, get the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Let's, you know, control Wentz, make sure that he has, you know, some easy passes to make, and then, you know, let the defense do what they do, because they have a pretty solid defense over there in Indy as well. Definitely, I wouldn't say it's anything, you know, crazy, but, you know, they're a pretty solid defense over there. One of the best O-lines, obviously. You have Quentin Nelson, who might be the best offensive lineman in all of football. So you run behind him with Jonathan Taylor, you're definitely bound to gain some yards right there. And I think just the main focus is Wentz not, you know, kind of not messing things up and trying to just get back to what he, you know, was those first few years in Philly. And then for the Jags, like, listen, being competitive is in a year like this is good. Like I said, it's kind of not a Jet situation where you can see at the top of the screen right there, not even a close game. It's you want to be competitive. You want to, you know, play in those close games so that, you know, you have the experience for when you're actually ready to win. They're just not ready to win right now. They don't have a very good roster. It's one of the worst rosters in the league. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is, you know, a rookie. He's still learning how to play in the NFL. James Robinson, I like him. They're going to end up keeping him around. But they have some pieces. They have some pieces. Obviously, like I just said, they got Lawrence. They know they're keeping. I like James Robinson. And you just build from there. You know, you're going to have another high pick, you know, maybe pick up, you know, that's when you start building the O-line. Since you have your quarterback now, you build the O-line out. You know, you get some pieces on defense, and then you could be right there in the next few years. It could be a fast turnaround, because once you get that quarterback, it really seems like everything, you know, just falls right into place right after that. So, listen, Jags keeping games close, that's one of the, you know, a very important thing in a season like this where you know you're not going to win a lot, but you get that experience. I think it's good for them.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. We got Tennessee, New Orleans. Tennessee, man, they're rolling, bro. I mean, listen, they find a way to win. To me, you know, well, we could do midseason awards after this before we go to the Week 11 predictions. But I'll say right now, I got Mike Vrabel as my coach of the year for the first half of the season, man. What he's doing with Henry going down, they're finding ways to win. The defense has definitely stepped up since last year. Kevin Byard, Jeffrey Simmons looking like an all-pro right now. Defensive tackle. He's making plays. He's always in the backfield. they don't have a lot of household names other than Byard out there on that defense that people that casuals may know. A lot of casuals don't even know Kevin Byard.
Oh hell
But but they're playing great football. They're running. They stay committed to their game plan. They're running the football, whether it's Foreman, AP, doesn't matter who's out there. They're gonna run the rock. Tannehill not making mistakes. Almost had a mistake. It got called back with their interception. AJ Brown playing solid. Julio. I mean, King Henry. Yeah, I mean, but if he's there, I mean, it's it's over.
He could be a Super Bowl favorite. He's there.
Yeah, definitely, 100%, bro. He's still second in rushing. He hasn't played in like 3 weeks.
That's out of pocket.
So it just goes
That's
to
literally
show.
out of pocket.
It just goes to show how I think Taylor just usurped him this week. Titans defense, they're legit. They're playing good football, man. They're playing good football. They're like the Patriots. I mean, listen, Vrabel came from New England. He knows that identity. A lot of people call them New England Junior or whatever. But I think they have
Tennessee Patriots.
Yeah, I've seen the little logo with the Patriot and the Tennessee colors. I've seen that across the internet over the last few years. And they have New England's number. I mean, they sent Tom Brady home. They sent Tom Brady to Tampa Bay. So they that's what I'm saying. That game is going to be, regardless whether Henry's there or not, that's going to be a good game just because the coaching and how Vrabel knows Belichick. And how they
and Tannehill too. I mean, don't forget he played in Miami all those years. He knows what the Patriots do too.
Yeah. Yes. So that's gonna be a good game, man. They're 10-2. I mean 8-2. A couple more wins. I mean they can lock up this AFC pretty easily if they continue to do what they need to do. The Saints. I mean you're kind of like you're not sure yet on the Saints. You know their defense is really good. But again, I just think the quarterback situation is going to set them back, man. Really tough that Jameis went down, man. Just tough, man. I think he was really going to position himself to potentially get a nice long-term deal. I mean, he's probably just going to get another 1 year, just so to see if he can stay healthy again with New Orleans. But I just don't know. I just don't know. Again, Sean Payton's a great coach. He can scheme up some things that obviously get them some wins, and they beat Tampa Bay. Of course, but I just think they might be trending the wrong way because just Simeon it's not that guy. Maybe when Taysom Hill comes there, they kind of have a different type of pitch count. Maybe he could change things up with his ability to kind of do a multitude of things as a weapon. But we'll see what happens. But what was your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean this is man. I feel like the Saints just get bad calls all the time.
Right.
You look at that the roughing the passer call that they got, where it was just an awful call and a negated interception, and then the Titans go and score on that possession. Yep. So that's tough. Then a stupid penalty where they're going for 2 to try to tie the game at the end of the game. They jump off sides or whatever. They get a penalty. Now they're instead of at the 2-yard line, they're at the 7-yard line for their 2-point conversion. They obviously don't get it. They lose the game. But even with this, Titans, we think right now are the class of the AFC, and they kept it a close game with Trevor Siemian. Like, I'm not in love with him. I think Siemian is below average, mid is too nice for him.
Yeah.
Like, that's too nice for him. You know what? Exactly, man. No more Jameis Winston, bro. No more Jameis Winston. No more eating W's Winston. So,
yeah.
But Siemian... this is another situation where you have to do things to not mess the game up, because I think the Saints defense is really well. And like we said, the Titans are probably the class of the AFC right now, and they lost 23-21 in their building with Siemian. So I think that's something you can listen. There's never any good losses because winning is all that really matters. That's what's get you paid. That's what's going to get you fired. So there's never really good losses. But it's one that you can go home and be like, damn, I know we lost, but like I'm kind of proud of us. So I think the Saints, like I said, I think that they're going to end up being the 6th seed. If not the 7, whatever. But I think that they're going to end up making the playoffs. I really do. And as long as Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill don't really mess things up, I think the defense can carry them there. The Titans, yeah, they just keep winning. I thought that after Henry went down, like a lot of people, that their season was over, and it hasn't been. They're 8-2 right now, like you said. So it's been an impressive season for them so far. But I'm excited to see what both teams do. I want to see how legit the Titans are because even the past few years they've looked pretty good, and then they end up losing in the playoffs. I want to see, hey, maybe this is the year. The NFL was weird this year. Is this the year the Titans do it? And then I just want to see if the Saints can make the playoffs, like I think they can. So I'm intrigued by both of these teams this year.
Yeah, I am too, man. That's why this episode is called "Can't Sleep on Anyone," man, because you just don't know. You just don't know. Any given Monday,
Any
Thursday,
given
or
Sunday.
Yeah, it's just anything can happen, man. All right, let's go to the Falcons and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cowboys coming off that really disappointing loss to Denver the week prior. Falcons, same thing, man. You just don't know what you're gonna get. One moment they played well against the Saints, and then on Sunday they only put up 3 points. Cowboys, they came out with something to prove. Obviously, a lot of people, they caught a lot of flack, a lot of criticism after that game against the Broncos. Came up, won by 40. It's a really dominant game by the offense. Defense played phenomenal as well. Randy Gregory went down with the calf. That's a big time loss. Hopefully he can come back sooner than later. They think DeMarcus Lawrence should be coming back pretty soon here as well. So if they could get all those guys on that D line, with Micah Parsons who's having an excellent year as a rookie. Trevon Diggs had another interception. To me, even though they lost to the Broncos, it's still, if they're right again. And that was also Dak's first game back last week off the calf injury. You got to take that into consideration. I'm pretty sure he really didn't practice that much. Him coming back, they look in tune. CeeDee Lamb had an excellent game, 2 tutties. Zeke running the football. A lot of people talking about Zeke slowing down. I think Zeke doesn't have that burst that he had, of course, 4 or 5 years ago. Because playing running back is pretty much, you're getting hit all the time. But to me, he's still the best run pass protecting running back in the league easily. There's a clip out there you could see he was cracking guys, protecting Dak. He's a beast, man. When it comes to technique and pass protection as a running back, I don't think there's anyone better. That's why when people are talking about him over Pollard over him, you can't just look at those burst runs that Pollard has. Also got to look at the pass protection as well. And I think Zeke does a great job of that. It's a very underrated skill of Zeke. But yeah, the Cowboys again, Josh Rosen.
Even pick in this game. We had a nice little Josh Rosen side.
I didn't even know Josh Rosen was on the Falcons, bro. Oh, crazy. Yeah. That man's been on like a few teams already, man. This is year 4, so man, tough. But yeah, they got waxed. I don't want to talk too much trash, man, because again, like I said, we play them, and you know what I'm saying. So hopefully we can come out and get that done.
CJ, we got to come on this show next week and talk about the Patriots losing the Falcons. It's not going to be a good show.
No, it's not going to be a good show, bro. It's not, because like I said, you got Tennessee that week after. So, yeah. It's not really too much to say on this game.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing much. The Cowboys won. They're the better team. And, the underrated revenge game. Dan Campbell, defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, going up against a team that fired him. So, a little something to prove by there. I'm sure that he felt real good after the game. There's a clip of them in the locker room giving him the game ball after the win. Obviously held him 3 points. So, must have felt good for him. But, yeah, this was, you want to talk about ripping your eyes out. That's what this game was.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's go to the Buccaneers and
the
Washington football team. Buccaneers on the 2-game skid right now. Just the way the Washington football team controlled the entire game. 40 minutes of control, time of possession to 20 for the Buccaneers. That defense is just looking really shaky right now. Those guys need to get it together. Chase Young going down, tearing his ACL. That was definitely tough, man. Out for the season. That's a big time loss for them.
You know that he's since I think he came into the league, he's one of 3 players to be top 10 in pass and rush win rate.
Yeah, he's a dog.
The other 2 are like TJ Watt, and I think it's our boy Judon.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I know Judah was on that list, man. Um, yeah, again, they were Chase here. That's a tough loss. Tough break for Washington. They're another team where it's just like you just. I think Fitzpatrick's out for the year. Like what? I haven't heard.
I think he's supposed to come back soon. I think.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't
It
heard
was like
anything.
it was his hip. When did he get hurt? Like week 2?
I think the first game.
Was it? Because I thought that he was
Might have been the
only supposed
first
to be
game.
out for like 6 to 8 weeks. Like I don't know.
I haven't heard any type of update. You know,
I'm about to look right now.
I haven't heard any update on Fitzpatrick. He was supposed to be the guy that even though he's not a guy, but he's supposed to be a part of it.
Oh, never mind. 1 day ago, Ryan Fitzpatrick hip likely done for season.
Tough. Like I said, so them and the Saints, man, I feel like they should have probably went out there and probably looked at getting Cam, man. They probably should have got Cam.
I'm surprised
That's why
with Ron Rivera.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like that might put the Panthers over those two teams, man. Making that move and getting that quarterback that could potentially put them over those two teams. Even though Washington's 3-6, but like I said, they you just don't know what you're going to get sometimes with that team. They have one of these surprise wins like they did against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay coming off a bye. Obviously last year they came off a bye and went crazy, won 8 in a row. Again, this is different year, man. Different year. Penalties. When I look at the Buccaneers, I see penalties. A lot of penalties. Things that they did 2 years ago when they had Jameis there as a team. False starts, encroachments, defensive holding, pass interferences, things like that. Those things those are things that would keep the opposing team on the field and the penalties. And Bruce Arians came out, said we look like a dumb team. It starts with the coaching. It's a combination of both coaching and the players. So, I mean, what's your thoughts on this game? Do you see a cause for concern for the Buccaneers going forward? I know a lot of people have on both sides right now. Of course, obviously Tom is there, so that's the equalizer when you talk about coming back from things and responding. So what's your thoughts on the game, and how do you see the Buccaneers responding next week and for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think I can't judge them until they're healthy. Like I know that they're 6-3 right now, and I just want to wait until they're healthy. Gronk is still out, AB still out, and it's funny. You look at Gronk and AB, and you're like, well, yeah, they were just add-ons because you have Evans and Godwin.
2 Hall of Famers,
first of all, 2 Hall of Famers, and both of them are Brady's safety blanket. Like we talk about safety blankets for rookie quarterbacks. A tight end is everybody's safety blanket, and then AB can get open against everybody because he's one of the best route runners to ever exist.
I said AB was the best receiver on the team. We could go back. I said he's the best receiver on the team, man. And even in the off season, I had him as a top 10 wide receiver.
I think they're 5-0. They're 5-0 with AB, and they're 1-3 without him. So I mean, there's something there, and Matt says it, and I think a lot of people obviously know this now. Like their defense is not looking good. Like this isn't the defense of last year that was dominant in what we saw in the Super Bowl, especially. But it's hard. They're still missing their top 3 corners. Richard Sherman in pregame warmup strains his calf, so now you're down 4 corners. And I'm like that last drive, 10 minutes. Washington had the ball for 10 minutes. 19 play, 10-minute drive. The Bucs just went and scored a touchdown to make it a 4-point game with like 9 minutes left in the game, or 10 minutes left in the game, obviously. There is not a chance in hell they ever thought they weren't getting that ball back. And they never did. They never saw the football again. I mean, it was one of the most unbelievable drives I've ever seen. And, usually I don't, and it's weird because I usually think that the pass rush helps the secondary more than the secondary helps the pass rush. But I mean, this isn't the same pass rush. We haven't been seeing the same type of pass rush over here since the corners went down. Like they're not getting the same pressure that they were last year. With White and and Barrett and JPP and all that. Like, they're not getting the same pressure. So, like, they have to get back to doing that. That first interception, I honestly don't understand how that's an interception. Like, it doesn't, like, you know how baseball guy errors? Can we start giving, like, wide receivers errors, bro? Like, the fact that that's an interception is stupid. The second one was obviously, just a bad throw. The only thing that does concern me about this, if you remember last year, the Patriots went into their bye, or Patriots, see, I'm still used to it. The Bucks went into their bye, and they came out after that and just dominated the league. Like, they were just unbelievable. This game was coming out of a bye. Like, that's a little something right there. Like, I'm not worried about them, but the fact that you lost to Washington off of a bye, where you have 2 weeks to prepare, you have the greatest quarterback of all time. Mike Evans is there, Godwin was there. Like, you have to win this game. Like, you had to win this game. So coming off a bye, not the best look. I'm not concerned yet. If they were losing games like this and they were 100% healthy, I would be more concerned. But damn, let them get like one cornerback back, like at least one. They don't have four.
Yeah. The secondary has been a problem all year, all season. The defense has to get it together. They have to get it together. The run defense doesn't look great. Pass defense, like you said, doesn't look great, man. And
CJ.
I mean, it's not even
over here.
It's just facts. I mean, it's just facts, bro. I mean, he didn't lose a step. He didn't lose a step. He just didn't play. He didn't play a lot. And then you look at the Super Bowl, what he did. I mean, he was, he made a great play. He made some big time plays last year for them in the postseason. But yeah, they need him back. They need Gronk back. Those are two Brady security blankets, like you said. Once those guys get back, it just opens things up for the offense. They need to start running the football. They need to start being more physical, giving Fournette the rock, Ronald Jones. They need to kind of change it up a little bit. They need to be a team that starts to control the clock and control time of possession. That's what Brady likes to do. So we'll see if Leftwich and Brady come together and start to create a better game plan for the rest of the season. And then defensively, yeah, they got to get right. I mean, I know Todd Bowles. He got a lot of credit last year for what he did against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and what he did against those other quarterbacks leading up to the Super Bowl. But got to send some blitzes. Look, it just looks like they can't get to the quarterback you're sending for like they were accustomed to doing last year. They got to mix it up a little bit, get some guys in there, and become more complex. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure you could say they're a little Super Bowl
hangover
a little bit, but it's about to be week 11. So they got to get right. Obviously, when the playoffs comes around, you're not gonna bet against Brady. But we have seen him look human these last few weeks. So anything can happen. Anything can happen, man.
I saw something that was like Brady's kryptonite is bad quarterbacks. The 2 Super Bowls, Eli, Nick Foles, loses to Heineke, lost to Simeon the week before. Bad quarterbacks is officially Tom Brady's kryptonite.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It really is. All right, we got the Jets and the Bills.
Yeah.
Not really too much to say, honestly.
Mike White air's over.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And I think honestly, obviously, Zach Wilson, I wouldn't say he's quote unquote happy, but
oh no, he is.
He does have internally, yes, because now he has an opportunity to get healthy, maybe get a couple games or so, win a couple games, or look better than what he's looked before he got hurt, and kind of get back into the Jets fans' graces and look like why he got drafted number 2. Obviously, a lot of things have to factor into that. They're not very talented. A straight dirt, yeah, man. They don't look great. They don't look great right now.
Don't worry, man. You can go catch that on the pod, baby.
yeah. Go back and check that out, man.
Rebuild, they can't rebuild. They got.
Yeah, they don't have their picks. They got to trade. Well, they got to trade Russell. That's the only way they can rebuild. You get all those picks back.
Listen, I love me some Mac Jones, but I'm on the phone right now.
I mean, yeah, of course, I would take Russell.
Come on, bro.
But,
Don't give me that.
I mean, but like I like what we got right now, man. I like what we got right now, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, but I'd love
I'm not trying to give up
what
all
we
those.
have.
That's your entire future. You feel me? For Russ and Leia, Russ is 32, but nah,
Okay.
we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good over here right now. We're good over here, man.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, Bills. They came back. They responded after that stinker they had against Jacksonville, 9-6. All the Josh Allen jokes, just getting really cringe at a certain point. I was tired of it. But yeah, they came back, responded. Diggs had a really good game. Josh Allen played excellent as well. It's the Jets, man. I mean, not really too much to say about this one, man.
I think the biggest story coming out of the Jets is the Robert Saleh Rex Ryan beef.
Well, I didn't hear about that.
You haven't seen this. Oh, let me fill you in, buddy. Let me fill you in. So, Rex Ryan went on
Let's get up.
Rothenberg. No. He went on Rothenberg and I'm trying to think of who it is. Is it Canty? No, DiPietro. Rothenberg and DiPietro. Beautiful New York morning show. And said, why are people comparing Robert Saleh to me? I'm nothing like Robert Saleh. He finished, last place 4 out of 5 years. He's going to finish last again this year. He should be used to it. I went to the playoffs and I never had to stretch this bad on my team, giving up, this many points. So stop comparing Robert Saleh to me. It's really pissing me off, blah, blah, blah. Robert Saleh went on the Michael Kay show, another New York legend, by the way. And I got to listen to this live because I watch the Michael Kay show daily, by the way. They played him. They told him about what Rex said. So Saleh said, listen, I've never met Rex. I never talked to him, but he knows where to find me. He said he knows where to find me. And then they asked him, are you surprised by what he said? He said, nah, Rex Ryan always has something to say. Oh, yeah. Energy, Robert Saleh.
That's why he's on TV, man. Yeah. It's yeah, of course.
Here's my thing.
I don't know why Rex is so emotional, bro. Like,
bro, if Rex Ryan was Bill Belichick, he can say this any time of the week. Rex Ryan, you were a terrible head coach. The first 2 years that he won in New York, Mangini was the one that built those teams. You had absolutely nothing to do with those teams. Then all your players started to come in after those 2 years, and what'd you do after that? Dog shit. Terrible. And then you go to the Bills. What'd you do there? Nothing. I don't know why Rex Ryan talking like he's some good head coach. You are literally nothing.
When it comes to the Jets, I mean, he was the last one that had success there. So that's why you could.
But it wasn't even his team. If it was his team that he built, I'd understand.
I get you.
And here's the thing. Here's the other thing too. Robert Saleh came into this with absolutely no team. The first year Rex was there, they had 3 Pro Bowlers on the offensive line.
Right, Mangold, the Prickershaw, right. Yeah, that's
and I think they also had 2 on defense. Is there going to be a Pro Bowler on the Jets?
Revis, yeah. No.
Exactly. So shut up.
not even close. Not even close. Nobody. I don't know what happened to CJ Mosley, man. I mean, I know he went and got the bag, but he just fell off. I mean, that's what happens when you go to a bad team, man. People forget about you.
Look at Le'Veon.
Yeah.
And then got released again.
I want to talk about a fall from grace.
I don't know. You want to talk about the cliff?
Yeah, man. Like I said, them running backs, man, the lifespan is different. It's different. But yeah, I mean, little beef between Robin and Rex. Rex came out and said Mac Jones had a pea shooter or an arm and whatever. He's always got something to say, man. That's why he's on TV. He's a guy that, yeah, he's good on TV, man. He's animated. He's good at his job. He's good at his job. You got people talking about him. You got us talking about him. So
still not good as us though. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely not. But he's all right. He's all right, man. He's a funny guy. But yeah, Jets, like you said, I mean, they don't really have a lot to work with. I mean, Robert Saleh, I mean, you know what you're signing up for when you become a head coach of this team, man. They don't have a lot of talent.
Nothing.
From a managerial standpoint, hasn't been consistent. From an owner standpoint, hasn't been consistent. So
and Woody Johnson was over there in England.
Right, yeah, ambassador, yeah, exactly. During the Trump administration. So it's just what you signed up for. So he knows it's going to be a tough road ahead. hopefully they got a guy on the center that could ease some of those wounds. So we'll find out. We'll find out. And then last but not least, we got the Ravens.
Hold on, CJ. Before we get into this game, I know Connie loves seeing that
All right,
big man
is that
touchdown
right?
between the Dolphins and Ravens. What are you trying to say, Matt? Why do I gotta love the big man touchdown? Are you trying to say something, Matt? I might have to see you in the ring. We're gonna be on the undercard for the solid.
You know where to find me.
Yeah,
you know where to find me. Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean, Mr. Matt?
On Frank Gore and Darren Williams.
Yeah, Robert Sala, Rex Ryan, Frank Gore, Connie and Skura.
Oh, man.
So, we're fun.
I will definitely illegally stream that, man. No doubt.
He said I would definitely legally stream it.
Paying no dollars for that, bro.
Not a single penny. Not
Everybody
one.
let that big man touchdown. Well, I mean, it didn't even count, but
The
it
best
looked good.
touchdown that never was.
Yeah, it looked good. It definitely looked good. He was very agile.
I mean,
It's the main ghost host. It's a lot. That's love. That's love right there. That's love. That's for real. That's real. And then we got speaking of the play, great transition. We got the Dolphins and the Ravens. One of these trap games, man. It's definitely.
I can't stand the NFL, bro. I can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a little scared about them dirty birds, man. I'm telling you. But Ravens came out flat. I don't know if they was, chilling in the club in Miami before the night before. It was getting lit. But, obviously Lamar's from there, from the crib. But it came out late at egg, man. It was a lackadaisical game, the whole game, and Jacoby Brissett was playing mid. Then he got hurt. Then Tua came in. Tua wasn't supposed to play, but he played, and he had a broken, fractured finger, middle finger. Tuna he did not he did not turn the ball over. He did not turn the ball over, Matt. Yeah, he was here. He must have been hanging out with Kodak, bro. He must have been hanging out with Sniper Gang because it was definitely struggling over there. And again, I mean, for the Ravens, if Lamar's not on, it's tough,
It's
bro.
clips.
Like I said, bro, they had a running back that was in Le'Veon. They cut him. He passed his prime. Devontae Freeman passed his prime. That's it. I mean, that's all they got. That's all they had. It's just really Lamar and Andrews, because you can't trust Hollywood to be a number one wide receiver. He's just not a number one wide receiver. Can't do it. So if Lamar and Andrews don't have it going, it was more specifically obviously Lamar. Yeah. I'm crying. This guy crazy. If Lamar don't got it going, man, then it's tough, bro. It's tough. He's literally carrying that franchise 100%. And Dolphins came out. It was ugly, and they somehow got it done. I think they had a pick six, a fumble six, that was kind of like sealed it, I believe. So I think it was a turnover for a touchdown. I think it was Xavier Howard, if I'm not mistaken. Might have got that.
Yeah, I think they turned the ball over, and then they had that long busted play where nobody covered.
Right. Yeah, that was like the dagger. Yeah, that was like the dagger, because they came down and scored. Ravens came down and scored, and then they had that busted play on like 3rd and 8 or something like that, and then it was over after that.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it. You said it. You know what? It is a tough life out here.
Get that on a t-shirt, man.
No, I might have. I'm about to get this pose right here with "Tough Life" underneath it.
Some calm merch. Calm merch right there, bro.
I'm buying one. Might have to.
I'll cop one.
Oh, okay. I'm making sales right here.
Capitalism, man. You're
But Lamar, I guess the Dolphins 16.5% completion percentage, 238 through the air, 1 touchdown and interception. Listen, if he doesn't play perfect, they're going to lose. It's just that simple. The injuries, might be catching up to them. I think they've lost 2 out of their last 3, if I'm not wrong.
Cincinnati? Yeah. Yep. Cincinnati, they barely got one against Minnesota. And then, 2 of the last 3.
So, things might be catching up to them. Lamar has to play pretty perfect. And when he doesn't, they're going to lose games. And
It looked like a lottery team.
bro, they couldn't do nothing. They were out here playing Engage 8 the entire game. I do that on like that's straight Madden gameplay right there. Engage 8 the entire game, and it worked.
Crazy.
It literally worked. I think he faced the most corner blitzes, this season at least, and they just never adjusted to it either. Like this is word to the Myles Garrett comment. Hey, you not adjust. Like what's happening, and they just didn't do anything.
Right.
So nice win for the Dolphins. This just keeps complimenting things for Tua. Does he start? Does he not? Is he their future? Is he not? Like, I don't know.
I have no idea what the Dolphins are gonna do, man. They have the picks. I haven't heard anything about Deshaun and things of that nature. That passed with the trade deadline, but the offseason is a different story. Man, it's a good opportunity for him to get some wins. Maybe get some wins right here, and he's in the second half of the season. There's 7 games left. Maybe change the hearts of Stephen Ross and those guys in the front office, but I don't know, man. I mean, he didn't look great out there. They won the game. The defense really did an exceptional job. But again, he doesn't really have a lot of weapons either. I mean, they don't have a premier running back. They don't have a premier running back. They don't. Gesicki is one of the most underwhelming players in the league this year. I thought he was going to have a breakout year. Yeah, man. I got him on 2. I started him on two weeks, bro. I'm looking at let's hold the end of the game. I see 0.00. I'm like, where you're out there just running? Like,
someone said, yo, this got to be wrong.
Bro, he's out there just running, bro. Just running. He's just out there running. I'm like, they give the ball to all the other tight ends except him. It's wild. I can't explain it. But yeah, bro. Like it's crazy. So I mean, he doesn't really have a lot of weapons around him either. So we'll see if he could, try to capitalize here. And if he can win the fans back and maybe get some wins, they should be building around him instead of just trying to let him go after a year and a half. But we'll see.
Well, I guess we move on. That was week 10. We move on to week 11. Unless CJ, I know you said something about picking our awards. If you wanted to do that, you want to save it for the next show. What do you want to do?
No, let's do it now. We got right. Let's go MVP right now. Who you got?
I picked him yesterday simply because Josh picked Tom Brady. So I'll stick with it and go with Josh Allen.
You're gonna go with Josh Allen? All right. Man, I'm gonna go. I mean, listen, bro. I mean, I feel like Mahomes is right there. It's right there with 5 touchdowns on Sunday. He's right in that conversation at 6-4. They've been able to, get out of that little front they were in, and he's been playing solid. I'm gonna go with Mahomes to finish out and get this award. What about you got offensive player of the year? I'm gonna say Cup.
Oh,
Cooper Cup, Rams.
Am I allowed to? I don't know if I'm allowed to. I'm going to agree with you because I can't. I mean, who else really deserves that award? I mean, hey, you want to throw Jonathan Taylor a couple votes? I ain't mad at you.
Definitely,
I'm not mad at you.
Yes.
But Cooper Kupp, like I said, his worst game this year was 6 catches for 66 yards. Like, the man is unbelievable. So Cooper Kupp, that's a great pull.
Defensive player of the year. I mean, listen, man. Trevon Diggs. Trevon Diggs is playing solid. I don't want to be a homer, bro, but I'm gonna say either Judon or JC, bro. But I'll go with Judon.
Yeah, I mean, it pains me. I think they'll give it to Diggs. So I guess I would go with him. Hey, I wouldn't.
TJ Watt in there too. TJ.
I was going to say that's exactly what I was going to say. I wouldn't sleep on TJ Watt either. I know he might miss a couple games with this little hip injury he's got now that he suffered in that game against the Lions. So that might take him out of the running. But I mean, I think Diggs has like 8 interceptions this year so far. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get another one because it just seems like everybody overthrows balls that go directly to him. So yeah, I guess I'll go with Diggs.
All right, offensive rookie of the year.
Mac
I'm gonna go with Mac. They might give it to Chase though, man. Chase is playing out of his mind as well, bro. I mean, Najee Harris too, playing solid. This is honestly, man. This is what I wanted to say too.
Draft.
Yeah, solid rookie draft. Those Alabama guys are all stepping up. Even Waddle. Even Waddle's not making any splash plays. You look at his numbers with the inconsistency. Devontae Smith, yeah, 100%. But even the inconsistencies at quarterback over there in Miami, Waddle's actually playing pretty solid. So, and then Najee Harris, Mac, you see why they did what they did last year and got the natty, man. That offense was stacked, man. All those guys are, in contention to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm gonna go with Mac.
Yeah, I gotta go with Mac. Like you said, I think the only other competition to that is Chase. But Mac's a quarterback, so they love quarterbacks out here.
Defensive, I think it's easy. Parsons.
Oh yeah, Michael Parsons is running away with it.
Definitely. What about comeback player?
Hey, listen, Matt. I'm a little passionate over here. I can't make mistakes now. Comeback player of the year. I think
let's
CJ,
call
the
him.
only one stuck with him from the start. Hey, I give credit to CJ. He's more mellow than me. He's calm. That's not my vibe. CJ over there, in the corner, just CJ is the one in the corner at the party, just surveying the room. I'm the one
for a little bit. Then I'll get into the vibe.
I'm from the jump, on the table taking a shot. So that's why we feed off each other, baby. It's a great duo right here. Damn, I feel like you got to go Dak.
Got to go Dak. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can throw Joe Burrow in there. Hey.
Yeah. He has a little rough patch, but I think Dak's been pretty consistent outside of the Bronco game. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dak. And then Coach of the Year, I said Mike Vrabel, hands down. Exceptional job.
I'm going Cliff Kingsbury. I'm liking, I like what he did with the Cardinals this year. I mean, listen, coming into the year, I think a lot of people had them fourth in the division. They're one of the best teams in football right now. Probably be maybe not undefeated because not undefeated because they would have lost. They lost to the Packers. I mean, then again, if AJ Green's controller doesn't die, everything might be different in the NFL.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, Cliff Kingsbury, they won with their backups. A couple of weeks ago. Yeah, they lost this week, but they didn't have half their team. So give me Cliff Kingsbury. I'm impressed.
All right. That's our 2021, 2022. Right? Yeah, midseason awards. We'll see what happens.
We'll find out who gets all these right.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll jump into the predictions then. We started off, CJ, our boys kicking off the week. Oh, look, see, CJ. Come on.
Yeah, listen, man. Yeah, sure.
Listen, Matt.
It's gonna be in the conversation, bro.
Go ahead. You can put him in there. Let's go ahead. Why not? Come on. Patriots Falcons 28-3. Mac 10 out of his mind right now. Bill gonna go in there, say, "Yo, listen, Matt Ryan, calm down, bud." No Calvin Ridley, so they're gonna take away. Away Kyle Pitts immediately. Cordero Patterson, never even gonna hear from him this game.
Yeah, he's limited with the ankle. I think he practiced a little bit today. See if he plays or not. 28-3 week. Sheesh.
Pats.
Of course, I'm going New England, man. I think Atlanta may come out with a little bit of fight, being at home after getting walloped last week. But if the Patriots weather the storm in those first 2 drives or so, I think they come out with the dub. We got Saints, Eagles. Important game, man, for both teams. We got.
I said the Eagles are an annoying team, but I don't think they're this annoying. I think I got the Saints in this. I like their defense. I think they'll be able to, control Jalen Hurts and they'll take a dub here.
Yeah, Saints defense is very impressive. I'm gonna go with Philadelphia getting their first win at home this season. At the Link.
I didn't even know that they didn't have a win. That's crazy.
Dolphins, Jets. I'm going with the Fins. It doesn't matter. Jacoby, Tua. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins too. This is CJ. I can't even believe that we have to watch this game because we're in the New York market, bro.
It's crazy.
I mean, I got the. I'm out here with the NFL package, so I'm not watching it.
Oh, you good?
But,
Yeah, I got a couple. I got a couple links. You know.
You heard me?
I ain't trying to really, throw myself out there, but you feel me? I got a couple links. Watching some games. I get the I get the NFL hookup soon, man. We got Washington football team, Panthers, Ron Rivera versus Cam. Rivera came out and said he had a little package. You said this yesterday. Yeah, you said this yesterday on Gen Z. It's a good point for Cam. I think it's gonna be a good game. Ron Rivera going back to Carolina. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I know Ron Rivera got that little playbook on Cam. I'm a little concerned about it, but I just don't think. I think the Panthers defense is very good, so I don't think Washington's gonna be able to score much. So give me the Panthers in this one. Close game though. I think it'll be a close game.
Close game. Yep, I'm going with Carolina as well. Colts Bills, very important game. Sunday Ticket Squad. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out
college, bro. The only reason I was allowed to get it.
That's clutch. That's very clutch. Colts Bills, good game. Ooh. Colts need every dub possible. Bills trying to potentially get that one spot. Who you got?
We're breathing down their necks.
Half game back, yes sir.
Oh man. You know what? Give me the Bills.
This is a heartbreaker for you. This is Carson versus Josh.
I know.
I got
Wentz VP versus my current MVP. It's tough out here. But yeah, give me the Bills. It's at home, so they should be able to take care of it. Bills defense has been playing pretty solid this year, so I think they'll be able to handle it and come out here with a dub.
I'm gonna go with the Bills. I don't want to go with the Bills, obviously, for New England reasons, but I'm gonna go with the Bills here. I think it's gonna be a close game. If Jonathan Taylor could get it going, I think it could definitely change some things. But I think the Bills, just have a better quarterback and they're home, so I'm gonna go with them. Browns and the Lions.
Stop it. Move on.
I'm going with the Browns. Everybody's on the Browns because of how they lost to New England. I get it, but that division is still there. Steelers lost, Ravens lost, Bengals are on a bye, so they can they get Chubb and Hunt back. They could definitely come back and change things up in the second half of the season. I think they go 6-5. I think we both agree on that one. 49ers, Jaguars. Going with the Niners.
Yeah, this is another no-brainer.
Then we got Texans and the Titans.
No,
9-2.
That's just three. That's a lot of bad football in a row right there.
9-2 for the Titans. 3 in a row without Henry. Wow. Packers Vikings. This is a game when you said this could be the split. Is this the split? Is this the one that the Vikings get, or is this the one that the Packers get? What you got?
Give me the Vikings. Why not?
All right, cool. I'm gonna go with Green Bay. It's gonna be a good game, divisional game, NFC North showdown. Definitely gonna be a must watch. But I got Rodgers and company on that in this one. Lamar versus Justin Fields, young quarterbacks, nice game. I think the Ravens bounce back. Got Baltimore. Come on,
I knew it was coming. I wanted to see the reaction. Listen, Matt, the Vikings split with the Packers basically every year. I think it's going to happen again. You'll still winning the division. Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I got the Ravens. Bengals and the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think they bounce back. They're coming off a bye after taking that L against the Browns. What was that, 41-16 or something like that?
Yeah, it was not a good time.
They got rocks. So I think they bounce back and get the dub against Vegas. I think Vegas trending the wrong way.
I feel like I picked the Raiders on Gen Z. I'm not sure. So I guess I'll stick with them. I think only because this game is home. Like if it was at the Bengals, I pick the Bengals, but if it's at LA, I'll pick the Raiders. The Bengals got some young guys on that team. They might go to Vegas for the first time, act up a little bit. ZJ? Maybe going out before the game.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Very
Mark Chase
possible.
all of a sudden in the clubs throwing hundreds over you.
Throwing hundreds. Yeah, that Vegas life could definitely do that, man. It could definitely do that to you. But I'm still go with Burrow, man, and those guys. NFC West showdown. Kyler should be back for this game. I'm not sure the status. I don't know how much he's practiced this week so far. Russell comes second game off the finger injury. This is like a kind of like trappy type game. It's in Seattle. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna go with Seattle, man. I'm gonna go with Seattle on this one. If they wanna try to end some of these, Russell Wilson last year trade type deals and try to make a little playoff push, they gotta win this game right here. This is a key game. I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle too. I actually picked them on Gen Z as well. Even if Kyler and Hopkins are back, they probably won't be 100%. So I'm going with them. CJ, I got to bring up this comments because if the Pats play in Vegas, would you go to the game? Listen, I would love to go to the game. CJ, I'm a little upset. My brother's girl got him tickets to the Bills Pats game in Buffalo for their anniversary. Didn't even invite me. Listen, I might be for an anniversary, but I'm the bigger Pats fan here.
It's a nice gift, man. He gotta be easy up there, bro.
Yeah, facts. I don't know how much Patriot gear you can wear.
I get a Patriots pen. Keep it real close to you, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, with the Buffalo State, I went to Buffalo State, bro. I was rocking a Patriot Scully. I was getting looks, bro. It was not a good sight.
All I'm saying is, bro, if you're down for a road trip, I'm there.
Yeah, I mean that's 8 hours. That's a trip. Probably. Oh, it's only 6 for you. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's still a little trip, but
that's a trip, all right.
Yeah, that's a trip. But yeah, I mean I'm with it, bro. We gotta set something.
I gotta go to I've never been to a football game, bro. I gotta get one in.
You definitely gotta get to definitely a Pats game, definitely for sure. That gotta be the first game.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. We're gonna see, man. We'll see what's up. Cowboys, Chiefs. I think it's game of the week. Obviously, two high-powered offenses, two defenses that played well last week. I'm gonna go with at Arrowhead. Sheesh. Let me I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
I'm actually taking the Cowboys. I took them yesterday. I'll take them today. Listen, I know the Chiefs might be back, but the Chiefs defense hasn't played an offense like the Cowboys probably since the Bills, I want to say. And we saw what happened in that game. So Cowboys defense looks pretty solid. Parsons, like you said. Maybe Diggs gets another, weird interception like he likes to do. Yeah, so give me the Cowboys. I'm a little weary on the pick, but I'll take it.
All right, and then we got this is a Sunday. It's a Sunday night, right? Steelers Chargers. Big Ben should be back. This is an important game for both teams. At SoFi, but it's not really a home field advantage.
Oh no.
I don't know TJ Watt's status.
I don't think he's playing. I think he's out a couple weeks with that hip. Don't quote me on it.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers in a close game. I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
I am also going with the Chargers for the simple fact I don't know about TJ Watt. I think that changes a lot. The defense is still solid, but give me the Chargers.
They got Monday Night Football, Giants Bucks. Giants gave the Bucks last year a tough fight last year on Monday Night Football. Last year, but the Bucks want to get some confidence going to the end of the season. They got to dominate these guys. I got Tampa Bay.
Yeah, give me Tampa as well. We forget Danny Dimes made his career debut against the Bucks all those years ago.
Oh, word?
You remember that?
They played a few times. Wow, I know that.
Yeah. So, but still, give me the Bucks. Come on, they're like 10-point favorites. There's no way they can lose as favorites three weeks in a row, can they? Come on. What are we doing here? But those are our week 11 picks. We broke down week 10. And listen, it's been a long episode. We had a great time as per usual. CJ, if you don't got anything else, where can the people find you?
Find me on Twitter at cjames9_. Guard Up Podcast, covering all things NBA. Like and subscribe on the video. Hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, make sure you like the video, share, get it out to as many people as possible. Really trying to, like I said, we say this every week, but really trying to get this thing going, man. And we need your support. So for the people that are watching, thank you guys for tuning in. People that listen to us on the pod, once we drop it, thank you guys for listening as well. I really appreciate all the feedback and support.
Yes, sir. As for me, Anthony Conover _ over there on Twitter. You know, I'm putting out all my stuff, and then Gen Z Sports from my other show. Monday, 7 Eastern. That's when I do that show. Gen Z, me and my boy Josh talk a little bit about everything. Listen, nice little shameless plug. Sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. So make sure if you like win a little money, you go over Underdog Fantasy, use code Gen Z. They double your first deposit up to $100. But listen, put 10 beans in, you get 10 back. Put 100 in, you get 100 back. So you might as well go do that if you think you're nice with it. Listen, if you're nice with it, first of all, give me some help, bro. I still can't win a pick 'em. You know, you got to pick the over-unders, or you can do rivals where you think one person's going to do better than the other. Bro, I won $50 my first night in a draft. And I haven't done a draft literally since then. I've only done pick 'ems, and I keep losing because I'm an idiot. But yeah, go check out Underdog Fantasy, code Gen Z. Help your boys pay some bills over here. Obviously, come back every Tuesday when me and CJ do this and have a wonderful time as we always do. Yeah, like you said, check out the pod. Thanks everybody for listening to it, downloading it, the feedback, share it. Listen, grandma, maybe she needs something in the background when she's cooking. She don't even got to know what's on. They do that on accident sometimes, turn something on, forget about it. So, hey, just put it on repeat for her. And then Thursdays, backstop banter. Me and my boy Michael breaking down everything in the baseball world. Got a lot of stuff going on right now. Looks like we're going to have a lockout in the MLB. There's some free agents signing contracts before that lockout does happen, so they actually know what they're doing in the upcoming season. The Mets are finally getting a GM. Like I said, we got free agents signing. A lot of stuff going on. All because of the offseason does not mean the season ends. So, Backstop Banter, that's at 9 Eastern as well on Thursdays. And that's all I got. So, thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in. Everybody in the comments, Matt, Corey, Perry, everybody. Appreciate the love as always. And